Excuse me, you know I beg your pardon for this interruption. Now back to regularly scheduled programming.
All right, good evening. Welcome everybody back to the Fool's Landing campaign in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd edition. I am Jamie. I will be the Dungeon Master this evening for our 14th session, and I'm joined tonight by 5 players, and I'll have you introduce yourselves and your character. We'll go left to right on my screen, and we can start with Adam. Good evening.
Hi, happy to be here. Thanks again, Jamie. I'm Adam, playing Bartholomew Adams. Super creative name there. Has nothing to do with my name, but he is a specialty priest of Lyra, the mysterious Lady of the Mists, who it seems like no one in any area of the world he finds has ever heard of her. It seems like she almost has disappeared, but yeah, so he's been happy to survive these last 13 sessions, and hopefully for one more as we go.
Awesome. Yeah, welcome. Good to have you. And then next I have on my screen Chris. Good evening.
I am an elf. I'm playing Kurza, a third-level mage, a wizard, with a penchant for wandering. He learned to wander with his dad as a trader diplomat and has continued to do so, having enjoyed the new experiences he's running across. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, and we'll pick up with Kurza probably first in tonight's session, so that'll be fun. Next, and welcome, Chris. Good to have you back.
Glad to be back.
I got Rodolfo next. Good evening.
Hi everybody. Jamie, Rodolfo from Brazil, playing Ronnie, the Daredevil Halfling.
Awesome. Good to have you. And then next is Luke.
Hello, lovely to be back. I will be playing Vitaly Kalvis, a priest of guardianship under the leadership of Helm, who has recently joined the party. Happy to be here.
Good to have you. And then last but not least is our newest player. I'm excited to welcome to the table on Dice Illusions, Molly. Good evening.
Hello, I'm Molly. It's my kitty Zemo. I'm playing Mithra, a human Rashimi gladiator. She has chestnut brown hair and she's kind of tall for a Rashimi, muscular. And she's wearing ostentatious armor, like show armor, but it's also very effective and it's really kind of beaten up from many battles in the pits. And I think that's it.
Yeah, good to have you. You'll get a chance to introduce your character in play as well, to when everyone gets a first chance to kind of see a Mithra and maybe learn more about her, which we're excited to do. But great to have you all, and we'll press forward. So let me recap a few things first. We'll take a look at the current levels. We talked about this quickly. Let me know if this is right or wrong for anyone here. We had a level 4 Bart, level 3 Kurza, and then level 4 Ronnie, level 2 Vitali, and level 2 Amithra, which I'll add her on there.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay.
We did have that. There has been some changes, but we did have that.
Good. Okay. Good deal. And then what we have done in the past, and what I'd like to get back to, is a little bit of the party role. This is basically just a way to kind of help give everybody a chance to contribute towards keeping us organized and on track. So if anyone wants to take care of these things, I don't know who has done them most recently, but if someone would like to sort of be the lore keeper, which is keeps the story notes, just sort of the short version of events, There's a party notes handout where you can do that. The scribe can keep the inventory and loot. And then the caller is the person who is going to be sort of the one that gets a consensus from the group and relays that to me. Otherwise, if we don't have somebody playing that role, I'm the one getting the consensus from everybody, and it sort of grinds things down, right? I've got to kind of check with each player. Are you on board with this idea? Are you on board with this idea? Whereas if there's someone on the team that's sort of going to do that and figure out what's the vote, and then sort of tell me, it helps with the flow a little bit, but it's maybe a little tricky. And the caller would also be someone who would kind of help define the marching order, so that keep you guys organized. Like what's your marching order? What's your watch order? So any strong feelings about any of these roles or anything anybody wants to?
I really don't want to be the lore keeper. I'm real bad at that. And although I will be the scribe or the caller if you want.
I think I've been doing kind of lore keeper notes for the last few
Yeah.
number of sessions. I mean, I'm
Okay.
fine with that if no one else wants to delve there.
I don't think I'll necessarily be here for the full session, so I don't think I can be the scribe or the caller.
Yeah, and I have to add your token in here anyway, just for watch order. But okay, yeah, no worries. So Chris, you'll do the scribing,
Sure.
which leaves our caller as Ronnie. I'm gonna volunteer
Are you
Ronnie.
sure?
In the future, I'm happy to do something.
The non-English speaker?
I'm just gonna throw you in there for now because again, I think it's.
I think in the future it should be Molly because she's the new girl. No one will defy her decisions or her.
I just want to get my bearings, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. She'll be
Prepare
sort of
yourself.
she'll be in waiting, caller in waiting. So, very good.
All are you waiting? Very good.
All right, so let's check the calendar real quick. So just to kind of remind everyone of where we were at, we had reached the end of Flame Roll, Summertide, the 7th month on the Faerunian calendar. The Midsummer Festival was taking place and has been taking place throughout Raven's Bluff throughout the last week. And actually, I need to advance this. So we are now just after the Midsummer Festival. And so we'll do like a recap here. I know the last session there was a lot of training, a lot of administrative things as far as selling. That's fine. You want to fast forward? We'll fast. But if anyone would like, if you'd like to attempt a recap, maybe of what transpired last session, I can show you again, like on the map. We are in Raven's Bluff currently, which is up here. Pinging it, and go ahead.
If I could, I'd like to take this. We had enjoyed the delights of the summer festival last time, and we had met up again, which was the first time that Vitaly and the rest of the party had met up. Vitaly had met up with the party since the ship. So we started in Ravensbluff, and we had a bit of a dispute on what to do. Some wanted to go to the Isle of Presper. Some wanted, but we ended up making a trip to Dragon Falls so that we could make a trip to the Earthfast Mountains because of I forget the exact reason that we went there, but there was something that we desired in the Earthfast Mountains. We had some interactions and some conversations, and we got ambushed. However, luckily we did manage to fight back and get our carts past there and managed to make good time to Dragon Falls. So that is where we are currently resting our heads. If I've forgotten anything, feel free to jump in.
Do you know what ambushed us?
I forgot what creatures they were, but they were They were mischievous, and they get gnolls. Yes,
Knowles, yeah.
they almost kicked my ass. Well, actually, no, they missed consistently, but I was also struggling to hit them. No.
Yeah, this was the aftermath. This was sort of right where we left off with the party. So, yeah, anyone else want to kind of fill in any of your thoughts from what transpired last session and what anything else that you may have done of note?
We trained. I attained my real thieves levels. Um, we bought a lot of things. And we decided, I think, correct me if I am wrong, we decided to go back to the Talmontar ruins and explore a little bit more. So we decided we need a ship, and the circumstances dictated we would get that ship on another port city, not in Ravens Bluff. So we were going to Procampur, right?
Yeah, that's what I recall.
Yeah. Our plan is to hire a crew and a ship to take us to the Creator's Island.
Right.
Isle, I don't remember the correct name. I like this idea. I think there's a lot of promise in Talmontar. We discovered an entire room for ruin for ourselves. I think we need to take advantage of that and explore a little bit more.
Very good. So let me catch up with Kurza for now. So yeah, so everything we just talked about, the rest of the party had spent the better part of almost 2 weeks in Ravensbluff. They all went out and sought various training, non-weapon proficiency training. In Ronnie's case, he got thieving skill training. I think that there was prayer done to get spells granted. And so I wanted to kind of catch up and see if Kurza what Kurza would have been doing during this time. Quick reminder, some of you do have some rumors and observations. Those of you who weren't probably out in the middle of the forest, we'll have some new rumors and observations in your character folder. But I wanted to kind of pick up with Kurza. My recollection was that we left off in the inn last time, and Kurza was pursuing training. And so I assume that was still the plan, Chris?
Well, I was kind of unsure what kind of training I needed, so much rather that, I don't have any second level spells.
Yeah, so let's take care of that. So
but do I need training to cast them, or just acquire them? Is my question. Depending on how you want
to learn, you have to learn them. Yeah, you'll have to learn them. So this is where this is exactly where I wanted to kind of jump in, and let me grab the Ravensbluff city map for us, and we'll talk a little bit about. So there is a district where there's a mages guild. It's sort of in this northern tip of the temple district. And if you look in your rumors and observations, there's definitely some information in there that I'll kind of key off of here. But essentially, during this time, you had been making a contact at the Wizards Guild in Ravensbluff, and you learned that there was a payment required to become a member of the Wizards Guild. And as you kind of were asking about this, you noticed that one of the guild members actually notices you asking about this, and is kind of taking note of you in a peculiar way. And he says, "Are you Kurza from Westgate?"
Yes.
So I have a note here that someone has paid your full membership to the Wizards Guild on your behalf. Someone by the name of Cadison. I don't know this individual, but you are actually up. You are all caught up on your payments and your membership fees, and we welcome you to the Wizards Guild. And upon doing this, they give you this sash. It's like a yellow sash that you're able to wear that you notice that the full members of the guild wear. And you're kind of like very quickly welcomed in, whereas initially you learned that you would have had to have passed a verbal exam and pay
Yeah.
1,000 gold. And
So
from this,
who was the person who brought me up to current records, shall we say?
yeah, so he basically tells you that it was Cadison who paid
Oh, okay.
for your membership.
Ah, many thanks indeed.
So the membership to the guild provides you with access to the guild library, which means you can learn 2 additional spells upon level advancement from the guild without any additional charge or training fee. So
Oh, wow.
basically what we can do now is get Kurza 2 new spells, and you can roll to see if you can learn those spells. Because you're a full member, you'll get a bonus to your roll to see that you learn those spells. So did you have a couple in mind that you're looking to add to your spellbook?
I hadn't even thought about it.
Okay, well,
But let's see, wizard spells, 2nd level. I usually like to take ones that 2nd level are usually from my own, have some very interesting things in them. So, let's try a mirror image. That one's always interesting.
okay, mirror image.
Yeah. And web is always a favorite.
All right, so your chance to learn spell is normally 75%, but because you are a full member of the guild, you get a plus 15. So your chance to learn is 90%. So go ahead and roll for mirror image first, and if you stay under
Okay.
90, you're good.
Woohoo!
Oh, you needed that. You needed that membership benefit to learn that one.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, so you can add mirror image to your spellbook. Yep.
Awesome. And then we had, what did I say the second one was? Web, that's what it was.
Web.
So, there we go.
There you go.
Excellent. 2 good ones.
So you would have been,
Only 1 spell slot.
yeah, you would have been going back and forth, all through this time, between the Lusker's Inn and Tavern, back and forth to the Temple District, to the Wizards Guild. You would have had time each day to kind of look through the spells that would be available, to transcribe them, to learn them, to meet some of the guild members as well. And during that time, the rest of the party who you'd been staying with at the Luskers had informed you that they had made the decision to head to Procampur. You were still in the midst of learning these 2 spells that we're just talking about. You didn't want to lose that opportunity, and so you made a commitment that you would catch up to them down the road on the way to Procampur, and that's sort of how we'll sort of say that you're able to continue to have some time in Ravensbluff following their departure. Was there anything else that Kurza would have been trying to do, like with equipment, selling, buying, or other training during this time?
I think there wasn't really much that changed when I hit 3rd level other than access to 2nd level spells. And I happen to like the strange spells, because they can be used in many, many interesting ways other than how you would expect.
Right.
So
Okay.
I like the weird spells. But I think at this point, early on, I just need to find a way to just get the basics. Because we haven't run across anybody's spell book. And the dead guy on the ship, even though he was 10th level or thereabouts, he didn't have... his spell book never became obvious. So...
Yeah. So
I think that's about all I need to do.
How many
really.
first level do you have?
I have... Let's see here. Curza. Come on, load. Spells. First level.
So you can cast 2 first and 1 second.
2. I have detect magic, identify, wizard mark, shield, and magic missile.
Okay.
So that's about it.
All right.
A few basics.
So I guess go ahead and mark, what you're going to have memorized for, the time being, your 2 first and your 1 second. And then what I'd like to do is, again, you made the commitment that you would be catching up to them. You know that they were taking a cart and that their speed would not be as great potentially as your speed would be. So you felt pretty confident that you could catch up with them. However, you'd also heard about a lot of problems traveling the road, and so you would have taken the caution to hire someone to come with you so that you weren't traveling by yourself all along this road. And so that's where I'd like to introduce Mithra and talk about there's an encampment just north of the city where there are some tribal sort of migrant groups, and then there are also some people who are there for hire. Some people are kind of coming and going, looking for route or looking for passage to another neighboring city or looking for work. And this is a place that commonly you can find folks to help be a guide or someone to come with you on a trip like this. And what I'd like to say is that you're standing just north of the city gate, and I think we have a thing for this. Let me this is
I see there's an area outside the city walls there.
Yeah, and so this is kind of was the picture we had used last session where they probably had their 45-minute debate about what to do next, but right when you kind of leave this road and you're heading out of town, you don't go very far. You go several hundred yards and you start to see these, large tents erected and makeshift encampment. And as you come up upon it and you're looking at this group, you notice a woman there at the camp who's dressed very much like a warrior that catches your eye, right, as being somebody that you feel perhaps is suited to join you on the road. And that's where I wanted to introduce Mithra and give you guys an opportunity to role play the hiring, if you will, of joining Curza on the road towards Procampur. So maybe, Mithra, can you describe for us a little bit about your character and what would we see? What would she be doing here at this kind of, vagrant camp as Curza comes riding up on his horse?
I would say she might seem a little concerned, like she's looking around, like almost for trouble. But also like evaluating, seeing if like try to make eye contact with someone that might hire her. And she's in this ostentatious armor with like a big pluming like centurion helmet. She, if you've been around at all, you might realize that she's some kind of gladiator.
Yes, that should be coming up for you guys. You can see the character. So she's looking actively trying to make eye contact so she can get work, Kurza, and you come up and see her, and you would be able to basically make an arrangement to where you could both be on horseback, and she could join you on this trip. Again for safety. Maybe Amithra, you have your own reasons for wanting to leave town. Would there be anything like that would be driving her actions to want to leave town?
Yeah, she kind of wants to lay low for a little while because she's kind of got some trouble with her former employers.
So she's enthusiastic to ride along. Kurza, anything you wanted to
I'll
add?
just kind of, since she looks to be willing for engagement, I'll just kind of go up and, young lady, do you know of yourself or anyone else who might be willing to ride along as a guard or companion on the road to Dragon's, Dragon's Keep?
Yeah.
She looked around. She's like, "Well, you won't find a better guard here right now than me. I'm happy to escort you."
You have a horse.
I do not,
Uh-huh.
but I suppose I could rent one.
Sure.
Sure.
And then, most excellent.
Yeah.
'Cause I
So
myself need to meet my companions up ahead. So if you want to travel, we can do that.
Wonderful. She seems like really relieved.
What's the going rate for a
riding horse,
guard, so to speak? Oh, guard or even a horse.
Yeah. Let's see. So riding horse is 75 gold if you want to buy one.
Yeah, that's not happening.
And
Not likely.
now, Kurza, you have some money, I think. But
I think last session we rolled it was half to rent.
Yep, and that's what I was just gonna say. So if you just wanted to rent it, you can pay 35 to rent it.
How much did we disperse from the box?
Your share. Let's see. So what was it that the rest of you received? Like Bart and Ronnie, what did you guys get from the box?
Good question.
I thought it was like 230 or something like that, and mine was 100 less because of I took it
pearl.
as part of the pearl.
Yeah, you should have had 100. I thought it was 130 as well. So
Okay. Now,
and
I
again,
don't have a horse either.
well, so for 130 gold, you could buy 2 horses. I'd be willing to make that deal if that's what you want to do, or you can rent 2 horses for 75.
Horse mart.
You
What's
should
that,
just buy it because you can always sell it.
Ruffle?
Yep, that's true.
True. That's the way I was kind of looking too. And I'll make the offer. I'll provide the horse if you want to ride with me.
That's wonderful. Yeah, and I'll give you a break since obviously you need someone with a horse. How long are we? How long are we talking about?
So
However long it takes to get to
Procampur.
what is it, Dragon's Keep?
Well, actually, it's so. Let me come back to this regional map real quick. If I remember correctly, it's Dragon Falls. Dragon Falls is
Dragon Falls.
the crossing point,
That's
and
right.
then it carries on towards Procampur, and so the trip to Dragon Falls for you guys on horseback would be about a full day, and then from Dragon Falls to Procampur it would be about 2, so 3 days total.
Where is the party? Where am I supposed to meet the party?
You're supposed to meet the party somewhere between Raven's Bluff and Dragon Falls. That's what you were told, is
Okay.
that you would find them at the furthest point would be Dragon Falls. So,
Okay.
yep.
I'll say, well, we have a 1 to 3 days ride, depending on where my compatriots find themselves. And if all goes well, you can either ride off to whatever choice you wish, or with their approval, you can ride with us if you wish. But I'll reserve my vote till we meet them, and off we go.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. So let me bring you guys then back up to speed with the current events out on the forest trail. So this map is really large, so you've got to zoom out of these. But we'll switch over to Vitali, to Ronnie, and to Bart out here on the trail. So immediately after this this altercation, and really we're going to pick up right in those waning moments. There's some chaos that's going on here because your ox are running down the trail in front of you. They're disconnected from your cart. There are several dead bodies and corpses laying in your way. Vitali, you have recovered your horse, so you have that ability to use your horse at this point. But I'll kind of pick up here with you guys in these sort of moments after, and see how you want to handle this. Again, the ox are up here, and they're sort of moving in this direction, kind of still. So let me pick up first with Bart. What would you like to do? I think you were sitting in the front of the cart, if I remember.
Yeah, I think he was trying to keep everything from running off at the time, but after the oxen were loosed, we got into a bit of a scrap with the gnolls coming after us, but I think Bart's gonna look around just to surveil the area and make sure nothing's still moving that could be an enemy, and take note of where the oxen are running to. Are they just full bore running straight down the path? Or?
They've slowed down a little, but they're still, they don't look like they're going to stop unless somebody intervenes with them. So you don't, as you're sort of surveying, if you want to give a wisdom check.
Perhaps. I think my character sheet crashed, but we'll see. Will it open? Oh, it opened. Yay. Attributes wisdom. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you see, and you recall there were several gnolls who ran away whenever the last skirmish happened. Vitali had scared the hell out of several of them, I think, by chopping some of them into parts in front of them. And so they sort of scattered into the woods. And so you're starting to look around now at this point in both directions, and you see some of those escaping, running shadows in the direction that you remember. But to the south, you see other moving figures lurking about in the wood line a little deeper as well, and those don't appear to be running away. So you definitely get a sense that you're not alone yet.
All right. Bart will call that out, and man, he's maybe get down from the wagon and go around by Ronnie here. I guess.
Okay.
And point out the figures he sees or the shadows he sees in the forest. I'll definitely wince at the oxen running away, and maybe try a fruitless whistle to see if they'll.
Oh, okay. I like that. Let's do a. You probably don't have like any animal training or animal handling, but if I'll tell you what, if you want to kind of make like a charisma check to see if you can make the proper tone of whistle, I'd be fine with charisma if you want to try that.
All right. Yeah, he'll give it a try. He's not really. Maybe he's seen a few people, whistle loudly at beasts before, but he's not really sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, it just isn't the right pitch. It does not register for them, and they continue forward So that's we'll kind of move over to
So-
Ronnie. Yeah, maybe they can't even hear very well, but they're certainly still panicked a little bit too. So might have taken really the perfect pitch and everything for them to stop. So Ronnie, what would you like to do at this point? Seeing, that the ox are moving down, again, you can kind of look around and survey as well. You might be muted.
Of course, I was muted. Sorry. What's the distance between us and the oxen, Jimmy? Under the arch?
Yeah, I mean, they are, I don't think they're that far. So yeah, they're under 50 feet away from where we're picking up. Yep.
About 30 yards. I don't use feet.
Oh, sorry. I'll have to.
But
Yeah, I'll have to use.
yards are better, but okay, 30, right? Okay, I think I will. I'll go here, and I will try to lasso the oxen.
Oh, with a rope use?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I love it.
I think I want to Ronnie to be capable to do in the well, not in the future, right now and from here on, use more the rope as a weapon, as a method of. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a good rope.
Yes, it was. So, with a roll like that, tell me, how does the lasso stop the ox?
Right below the horns, to keep their heads butted against one another. And after that, I will run behind this tree because I don't have the strength to hold the oxen. So I will go around the tree and make use of it to hold the oxen in place.
Perfect. That's great. Great use of it. All right. So let's make a second rope use check just to see if you're able to secure it to the tree and slow them down.
Okay. The second one is the charm. Here it's horse.
Well, this is a good moment to mention that we do have astonishing fortune, and you guys would have 5 points available tonight. So it's up to you if you want to use it here. Okay.
Horse. The damaged curve hit me in the head. Sorry for the delay.
There you go. Okay, perfect. So so you wrap this rope around the tree just in time as you're sort of running out of length even, and you get it just to the point that you've got that leverage from the tree to really put some resistance on the rope and slow and stop the ox. So you're at that point where you've got them now safely secured, and you can reattach them to the cart that they won't be able to move forward. So Vitali, anything that you wanted to do here?
I was planning on doing something a little bit wild, if that's okay.
What's up? Sure.
I'm thinking, because we have to guard a perimeter, I might cast Skeletal Servant. If you remember from the first session, I picked up a bone from one of the dead lizard folk.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing as we may have impending threats from here, it might be good having a servant to watch our six. So Vitali's going to get on his horse and he's going to cast Skeletal Servant, if that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm just going to give you the spell effects. Oh, never mind. It broke. It's broken. But basically, a skeleton will appear anywhere where the bone is dropped. As a material component that can be commanded to follow simple tasks.
Okay.
It's hit die. I'm not fully sure about, but it doesn't say in the thingy. But also, I might have them, if possible, guard the oxen, because if our animals get screwed over, we're screwed over. So yeah, I'm gonna cast that and get on my horse.
So what's the task you're going to give him?
My task will be to guard the tied up oxen.
Okay. All right. So
So a medium-sized skeleton's just gonna start walking over here.
all right. I'm gonna put it on the map as a blue circle just for the time being.
It
All right.
makes that sort of sound because it is necrotic magics.
All right. Well, you guys then would be able to go ahead and secure them. And again, if you're looking into the forests, you would all see some figures to the south of you that appear to be moving about. Maybe a handful of them, but they're not making any movement towards the road. They're not doing anything else really to get your attention, but you definitely see them moving about as if they're lurking there. So I'll kind of give you guys an opportunity to decide if you want to do anything about that specifically or not.
The oxen are reattached to the cart.
Yeah, you can so you can reattach them to the cart now. We can move them
Okay,
back
I'll
there.
do that.
Okay.
And I think we need to get out of here right now.
All right.
Yeah,
They're on.
you don't really have to care about the skeleton's well-being, so I'll probably just have it on top of the oxen because it's lighter than a person.
What spell
On
is
the
that?
oxen. Okay.
It's skeletal servant. It's a level 1 spell from the it's from I forget which spell book it's from exactly. I'll have to the complete book of necromancers. Necromancy is within my priest's
it's
god's
part of
campaign.
it's part of his priest's kit.
Never heard of this spell. Yeah, and I have every spell from second edition in my shell. I'll check that later. Okay.
That's cool.
Let's go. So let's go.
All right.
Hit the road.
Actually, you had. Go ahead, Bart.
Oh, Bart's up for a hitcha. Hit the reins. See if they get us moving again.
All right. So let's
With a wary eye to the south.
All right. Yeah. So you guys are able to reattach the oxen. I guess that's we'll have you kind of moving down the road again. Towards Dragon Falls, I think it is, and you continue for a ways, several hundred yards, a mile or so down the road, and the forest starts to change a little bit. It gets a little bit more windy. You are now getting into some foothills and turning up through some of the foothills when you look ahead of you and you see two figures standing on the road ahead of you. Up around the bend from where you're at right now. You don't necessarily, you can't get like a great view of them from where you're at, but you can definitely see that they're two larger figures up ahead.
What time is the day? Is it, Jamie?
Oh, that's a good point. So I think you guys traveled through the night for the most part. Last session.
We were pressing to get to Procampur before dawn.
Yeah, so
I remember
it was very late. So it would definitely be late. You would sort of maybe be considering pulling up for the night, before this, as you look ahead and see this. So it's maybe like, middle of the, early night, I'd say.
Okay.
Early evening. Yeah.
These two figures look humanoid, larger than men.
Yes, they do. So they don't seem they seem obviously to notice you all, and they don't seem to be concerned about the fact that you're getting closer. So they're sort of standing up ahead, and as you guys continue down the pathway, you actually see that it appears to be two gnolls standing there, and it looks like they're eating something. They're handing it back and forth to one another, and they're staring at you all as you're coming closer to them. So you guys sort of maybe get within about, let's say, 20 yards of them when, they're both making eye contact with you and eating something from the bone in front of you. And one of them steps forward and looks at you all, and he says, "Give us your ox."
Okay. Bart, then the I will hit.
I'll Bart will look at Ronnie and make a
I will hit the ox in
tense,
the.
tense face as he his muscles tense up to maybe just hit the reins to have him charge straight at him.
Yeah, let's trump them.
Right.
I'll give them
Alright.
the ox right in the noses.
So what was that? What were you gonna do?
Guard them.
Bart's just gonna see if the oxen he can just hit the reins to make the oxen go straight at him.
I'll hit the ox in the ass.
All right, let's do a group initiative. So who wants to roll group initiative here?
Go ahead, Bart. You got the hands of it.
All right, 6. There you go.
All right, so go ahead, guys, and add. For those of you in the turn order on this particular encounter, go ahead and add yourselves, and get these guys set up. Yours was 6.
What do we got?
Jamie, how much? To use my hope to lasso the one null. How much would be the initiative for modifier?
I'd say it's a 1. It's being
Okay.
a rope.
Sorry, Jamie. How would I add myself to the turn order?
There's only the nose.
You're in the turn order, but if you want to attack, you need to add your weapon speed to your 6. So you can click on the number 6 and then edit to add your weapon speed if you're attacking.
We are not showing the order. We have to drag the.
Oh, is the order not working?
Like no.
I think we only see the gnolls in the turn order right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Let's try you again.
I mean, I'm going to attack, so...
Is it appearing in the turn order now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just
Good
click...
oxen you put in this picture.
Yes, absolutely. I'll even put
I
that
like
in there.
it.
All right. I think we got it now. So sorry, guys. You should be able to edit.
I'm not able. I'm
Neither am I.
not able to change the
Okay,
finish
that's because we're using these images and I'm not using your tokens. So let me know what your speed is. I'll add it in for you.
9.
9. Okay.
Total of 11.
11, and then Bart's or Ronnie's 7. Okay, so I think we're good. All right. So first will be Ronnie. So you're.
I'll try to
rope.
As the oxen get near the nose, I'll try to reel one like a fish towards the oxen to be trampled.
Okay. All right.
What do
I
roll?
think
Precision check or
I'm thinking it's more like it's almost like like you're using it in a little bit like a whip, where you're trying to wrap it around him and then pull him towards you. So
that would be a ranged attack.
yeah, a ranged attack, and
I can use the sling.
yeah, you can
The
just use
sling that
that.
fires, I think.
That works.
Yeah. Okay, I'll use that.
And actually, yeah, they have a higher speed, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry. I think I rolled the initiative. I read the wrong button. I'll correct that. Okay.
Oh, you rolled a 1.
And it was a fumble.
So you fumbled. So go ahead and roll on the fumble table, and we'll see if anything interesting happens with your
Darn it.
rope. Okay, so yeah, the lasso maybe was got tangled, and as you're trying to really get this thing going, it falls off the side of the cart, kind of laying on the road now beside you as the cart is pulling you past your rope, which is now sort of laying there. So could have been worse, but unfortunately that didn't land. You do have astonishing fortune though, if you wanted to spend it. That's up to you.
No, not for now.
All right then, Bart, you're up.
So,
I realize, yeah, you're actually on the cart, so.
yeah, I guess that begs the question of, is Bart able to even, like, he was thinking of casting a spell, but if he's got the reins and is driving the oxen, is he consumed by that task at the moment?
Well, I would think of it like in a regular turn where you can move half your speed and still cast. I'm thinking in this case you're gonna whip the reins and then cast, and you'd still be able to do
Sure.
both.
So he's casting hold person on these humanoid creatures.
Ah,
He's
okay.
got one instance of that left, and I think I can just hit roll spell effects, right? That should pop it all in the chat.
I think so.
Let's see.
One d4.
So,
Okay. So you can roll 1d4.
Give that exactly the number I'm looking for.
All right. Let's see. So. All right. So yeah, I think they get a save.
I believe so, yeah.
Just trying to see what it is.
Attacks to the point. Saving throw, -1 penalty.
Okay.
Yeah, if they save, they're unaffected, basically. So.
All right. Let's see. All right. That one did not save. I'm gonna put him in yellow here. He's held, and the other one,
It looks like you can actually target 1, 2, 3, or 4 at your choice, as opposed to rolling randomly.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Is what it seems to say.
Yeah.
And the die roll is the fewer you target, the bigger the penalty for them. Interesting.
Yeah. They fail. They both failed their check. Actually. Yeah. So they are both held, as far as you know, right now, standing there. So that brings them up, and that's when you kind of notice that they are unable to move forward, and that they look a little bit concerned all of a sudden at one another, where the bones that they were holding on to, and the drop, and the blood from their meal is kind of dripping down their mouth, but yet they're unable to kind of move forward and or speak, but they're looking around with their eyes, and they seem aware of you guys. So that brings up Vitali. Rodolfo, do you have like some knocking
Yeah,
or something going on in the background? So I got like
Like a
feedback or something.
noise,
Yeah, there's like
yeah.
a
or it may be the fan.
Okay.
I was muted, but sorry about that. Well, seeing as like they are held, it's probably a good idea to attack them. I'm not sure if there's any special properties to that in second edition. Are there any specific things that an attack interacts with whole person, or?
I think it's basically that they're gonna lose their dexterity. You know, they would have 0 dexterity, so you would get a +2 to hit, and they wouldn't have any dexterity bonus, so your chances of hitting them are pretty good.
Okay, so whatever this is +2.
Yeah, I want to say that's right. Let me double check, but that works.
Well, combat modifier, attacker, sleeping or held. It says automatic with a star on it.
Oh,
let me double check that.
I don't know.
Just
I
kind of
think it's.
poise your sword and just slowly push it through them.
I have
Slide it
a
back out.
halberd, so I'm just using the spike and just pushing it into their ribs. Jesus.
Yeah, I guess that makes more sense because you would have. I mean, you could target your shot, right? So their armor isn't necessarily doing anything.
It's not an automatic crit; it's just automatic damage, right?
Right.
Yep.
Say,
So yeah, I'm
I'll
just
give you a page number, but I'm looking at the revised book, so I don't
That's-
think
I'm just gonna stab this motherfucker in the ribs then. Ooh, 12 damage.
Let's see, 40. Okay, so which one? The closest one?
Yeah, I'd hit the
Okay.
closest one.
All right, 12
But I
damage.
just woke up and I just. and I guess I hit them near the heart because fucking hell.
A nice
right.
quick coup de grace.
You've got him on death's door. He is in mighty bad shape, and so that would bring us back around
Wait, the
to
null, small, medium, or large?
large.
Oh shit! I rolled the damage wrong. Sorry.
It's a large, yeah. 7.5 feet tall they are.
Okay, let's see. Well, same damage.
All right. So he is, again, he is knocking on death's door there. At this moment, before we go back through the turn order, this is where I want to have catch up with Kurza and Amithra. So you have been riding from Raven's Bluff in this direction towards Dragon Falls for some time. Several hours have passed. You reach the road for Tantris, where you diverge west, and you follow that road when you actually come across the scene of the Knoll attack that we talked about. You pass by, you see these Knoll corpses laying on the side of the road. You see tracks from the cart. You see oxen print on the ground. It doesn't take a lot for you to realize that something went down here. And so, you're on your guard as you continue forward. And several miles later, as you're passing into the foothills, you hear a skirmish ahead of you. And as you turn the corner and look ahead, you come into this scene as well. So I'm going to move you guys into the layer or into the picture here with them. And actually,
Do I recognize them? Or do we? Yeah, do I recognize them?
Make a wisdom check.
Make a mage do a wisdom check. Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Did I get
failed nonetheless.
There we go. Failed. So no, you don't recognize them. So as you get closer, you would see the gnolls though. And I'm gonna add you guys into this turn order. So I think that's when it would resonate with you that there are gnolls, and that would be the common enemy, regardless of who the people are on the trail. But I'm gonna add you in, Curza, and then Amithra. You get added in as well. So you guys are starting from a base of 6, and then if you'll add your weapon speed, or let me know what your weapon speed is, or what you want to do on this turn, I guess, and then we'll adjust accordingly. So what would you be thinking as you come up the trail and you see this scene before you, with Vitali, with an elf sinking his sword into a gnoll, and a couple of gnolls ahead on the road, and of course the oxen in front of you probably have you suspicious that is your party, but you can't confirm that yet. What would you all be doing?
Well, I guess we'll call attention to ourselves. If it is the friends, I'll try something simple. Well, plus new arrivals might make the gnolls run off too. So I'll grab the Sahaquin horn that I captured a while back, and I'll give that a solid blow.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Yeah, I don't think you have to roll for that. But that sound would pierce through the woods, and that would be very recognizable to those of you who were to Bart and Ronnie. Right away, you would know that sound, and that would be coming from the road behind you. So let me get you guys in here. All right. And so, anything else, Cursa? Blow the horn.
No, that's about it.
Okay.
And keep moving forward.
Okay. Mithra, you see this scene before you.
I'm gonna ready an arrow with my short bow and look at Curza and say, what do you want me to do?
Attack the gnolls if you get a chance. These might be the friends I'm looking for. I can't tell at this distance, but
Okay.
they may have recognized the horn blast I just gave, so we shall see how things progress.
Well,
right.
yeah, I'll wait until I have a decent shot at one of the gnolls.
Yep,
Okay.
you can definitely maneuver yourself into position to get a clear shot at one of them. So you can go ahead and roll.
Okay. Is there like a penalty because I'm on horseback or anything? I don't know the details of that. I don't have riding or anything.
Yeah, there would be a penalty from being on horseback. I don't know it off the top of my head though, so we'll say I think that if you're not proficient in it, it's like a -3.
I am proficient with the it's a skill, the riding. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We can go with that. So I'm gonna roll to hit, right? Yeah.
Oh, was that a 20? Welcome.
No, it's a 16, right? Or no, wait.
No, that's a 20.
Really?
That's a natural 20. It's got a green
Yeah, you rolled
box around it.
It's a hell of a first shot.
Nice.
So you get to the fun of going to the rollable tables, and you get to roll a crit hit on your first roll at the table.
Especially my new friends and players.
Yeah.
All right. So do I roll on the critical hit first, or do I roll for damage first?
Rad.
Either one. Whichever you prefer.
I guess we'll do the critical hit thing. Okay, so that's rollable tables. Just there we go.
Okay, so it's going to be normal damage plus a 1d6.
Okay, and you said they were size large?
They are, yeah.
All right. So I've got a flight arrow. Here we go. And I don't click the crit button, right? Because we rolled on the table.
Right.
Okay.
All right. And then one more.
Roll a
Yeah.
d6. Yeah,
In this case, it really ends up being 2d6, but
I see.
in other
Yeah,
cases with other weapons, it's different. Okay. All right. So tell us about, and which one would you have been aiming at, the nearest or the furthest?
Probably the nearest.
All right. Tell us how you end this gnoll's life with one shot.
Oh, I want to shoot him, like right in the throat.
All right. Right through the throat with a flight arrow.
Yep.
All right. I love it. I love it. And he's already, he was already pretty badly injured, but this was
The
the finish.
killing blow.
Yeah, the right through the throat, arrow sticking out the back of the throat, and he is no longer held because he is no longer living, and he slumps to the ground. All right, so this one is dead. I'll drop him down here and lay him on the ground, and then that is awesome. That brings up Ronnie back to the top of the order.
Is there no
Okay.
change, or is it just keeping it?
For the background noise, it's the ceiling fan. The control is not working. I cannot turn it off right now.
No problem.
I will keep muted while I'm not talking. The other one is still held in place.
This one's held.
Okay, I can just move there and finish him.
Sure, you can move in and get a free attack on him.
Grace or something like that.
Probably get a backstab multiplier too,
Actually,
because he can't
yeah.
resist.
Yeah, actually, you could. I mean, why not? It's it's a ×2 anyway. You could get your ×2 since you.
If he is held, I will just jump on his back and slit his throat.
All right, go ahead and roll your damage.
Violently.
We'll see if you make it through his thick hide.
Yeah, that's a problem. Just a moment. I'm not. Damage. Damage is right here. My short. Dagger. Okay. I'm in the wrong place. It's here. He's large, right?
Yes.
Okay. The damage is 1d3 plus 1.
Okay, so you're able to get, you're just having a tough time getting through his hide, but you're certainly cutting him and causing him damage, but you're not, unfortunately, getting the what did Luke call it last session? The CD player slice through his neck is harder hard to get through his skin, but you do cause him some damage. So.
Okay, I'll just grip his head with my legs, just in case he's loose and he won't like me.
Got it. Okay. Let's see. All right, so that brings up Bart.
Yeah, if Bart can get the oxen to come to a stop, he would step down and take a swing at the standing knoll here.
All right, make a wisdom -3 check.
All right. So, so we'll just do a wisdom.
Bam. All right,
So
you are definitely able to get the oxen to stop the cart.
All right. If he's got enough movement, he'd kind of hop down and just take a haphazard swing with his footman's mace at this one's head.
Sure.
What is... Large... Oh. I think it's the same for... Oh, no, it's just a d6. There we go.
3. Okay.
3 damage. Yeah,
All right.
with a mace.
Yeah, he's hurting pretty bad. You guys are not doing heavy damage to him, but he's a sitting duck, and he is taking the damage. But he is not looking too great. And then at this point, this is when you guys actually. I'm gonna start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. You know what I like about this? You can actually roll 1d anything. You can roll like anything you want. As far as did that roll? Yeah, I rolled a 5. Okay. So Vitali, as you're standing there, further back in the woods, you hear a sound and almost like a twig snap, and as you go to kind of turn and look in that direction, an arrow rips through your side and hits you on your left rib area, and you take 4 damage.
Shit.
And so at that point, as you're kind of looking back in that direction, you see some more figures standing back in the woods, the wood line, a little further back behind the 2 that are standing in front of you. You guys kind of see what looks like a pathway where these guys were standing, and it looks like further on that crude pathway, up that pathway, are a couple of more figures standing back there. So I'm going to add them in to the background here. And they're in the turn order now. The second one is taking a shot. And he is going to go for... Who is he going for? I got to turn off these 3D dice. They're killing me. What's going on here? Okay. There we go. Okay, so in this case, the arrow goes towards... Who was 3? 1, 2, 3. Amithra, an arrow is coming in your direction. What's your AC?
Uh-oh.
5?
With shield, I have a buckler. No, I wouldn't. Would the buckler count if I use my bow? Because I think I can wear it, right?
I don't know. Yeah, a buckler maybe. I could see a buckler.
I can only see a buckler. Yeah, I think it's just the buckler. Then it's 4.
4. Okay. All right, let's roll this one. All right, the arrow whiffs right over your shoulder. You heard it. It got your attention. You look over. You see these 2 new figures that have sort of started to come to the aid of their fallen companions here, and that brings up Vitali.
Well, having been stabbed, I'm going to shout back to the group. Listen, I have to drop this one, then we have to go. We are very close to our destination. And then having stabbed the previous one with the halberd, I'm going to close in, and I'm going to go for a swing with the axe head of the halberd.
At the other held one? Okay.
Yeah, yes, the other...
Okay.
Yeah. Let's
They
see.
both dead at this point?
What's that?
Aren't both of the
9 damage.
Yeah,
this dead?
No, they're not dead. Okay, now they are dead. Yes, they are dead now.
So
this one's dead. Yeah.
I'll just say that I cleave a deep wound into its side, and then I'm bucking back onto the horse. We have to go now. Numbers are not necessarily on our sides if these things keep coming.
Aye, sir.
All right.
I'll jump in the cart.
Put him on his horse. All right. That brings up Kurza.
Oh wow, I'm riding the horse side saddle. Like a classy lady.
Otherwise, let's see, if I put you in the back, you'll look like you're, like, I don't know. You have no legs.
He looked very flat.
Yeah, I prefer the classy lady look.
Kurza's up.
Well, let's see. Do I have any targets while I've been moving forward?
Sure, you would see these 2 standing off here on the in the wood line, about maybe 20 yards from you.
20 yards. Let's see. Range. So 15. I want to move forward to get within about 15 yards of them. And then I will cast web around them.
Oh, what's the casting time on web? Is it 2?
2.
Okay. All right.
And it creates 8 10 by 10 by 10 cubes. So
7.
they have somewhere between 20 to 30 feet to get out, depending on which directions they want to go. And I'm going to make the 30 foot the ones behind them. If they choose to run away, it'll slow them down too.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So your area of effect is what?
8 10 by 10 by 10 cubes.
Wow. Okay. All right. So these guys are. Did they get a save or anything?
Let's see. Since they're in the area, they get a saving throw versus spell with a -2 penalty.
Okay.
Let's try out the new fantastic spell, right?
Yeah. Why not? You should always use it. First, second level spell you've cast.
Yep.
That's an awesome spell too.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Wow, and it lasts 2 turns per level. That's pretty good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, area of effect, 8,000 cubic feet.
Creatures with strengths between 13 and 17 can break through 1 foot of webs per round. Wow. Okay. All right. So,
I'm assuming they're probably more than 13 strength.
yeah,
would be my guess.
but only 1 foot per round is not very good. So, they
No.
have failed their saves and they are both webbed. So I'm gonna put the web on them. Yeah, there we go. All right, they're webbed. Okay, and
So let's see.
And on fire.
and then Ronnie's up.
Maybe we can set them on fire. As I remember, the web was very
Very
ignitable.
flammable.
Yeah, the strands of a web spell are flammable.
But
Let's
they
see.
only do 2 to 4 damage.
Yes, that's right.
2d4.
All
so
creatures within a flaming web suffer 2d4.
Yeah. So, Jamie,
not a whole lot.
I will.
But
No, I will. If I remember, Kurza can light things with his finger, right? It's a trick.
yes,
Okay.
I have a little cantrip. We can set them on fire,
Yeah. So I'll throw.
or we can beat them up first.
I'll throw oil on them, where they are held by the web. So the oil will wed to the already.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna go over there?
Web.
Are you gonna just throw the
Yeah.
oil? Okay.
I'll get to 3 yards away and drop the oil on the web.
Okay.
Sprinkle
All right.
them on the oil and set them on fire.
All right. So I guess go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll. I think pouring the oil out and trying to light it sounds like 2 actions. You could either light it the way it is without the additional oil damage, or just or take the turn to add the oil and get the extra damage.
Yeah, I want the extra damage.
Okay, so you'll spend your action, kind of soaking them in oil and soaking the webs in oil, and then whoever lights this thing is better get the hell out of the way. All right, that brings up Bart.
Bart's looking at Natalie and climbing back onto the cart. And he's just going to look around to see if there's any others approaching and kind of say to Ronnie, hurry up, let's get out of here.
Go ahead and do a wisdom check.
All right. He feels bad that he got off the cart to begin with now. That depends on how much I need to pass it by, but yeah, that's still within
Yeah.
his wisdom.
You don't see any other creatures about, but as you're looking around, you see some light flickering. Remember, it's darker than this image, but you see some light flickering from behind the gnolls that are trapped in the web, as if there's maybe like an opening to a cave behind them by the outline that you're seeing. And so, as you're just observing and looking for more creatures, that catches your eye, as that is sort of shimmering behind them.
Yeah, he'll call that out what he sees, best as he can describe it. But he's definitely preparing to take the reins and get the cart moving again as soon as he can get Ronnie back into it.
Okay. All right. And then that brings up Mithra.
Catch up. Get going.
So Mithra, a little brash. She's actually gonna leap off of her horse, or like dismount, but like make it into a jump using some tumbling, I guess. And say, "Don't make me come after you! Drop your weapons!"
Okay. You want to try, I guess, a charisma check then? Let's see if they respond. And is this in common that you're saying this?
Yeah, that would be in common. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't speak Noel or really any other languages.
You have some intimidation?
I do not have intimidation. No. So I just click on the charisma. Yeah.
Yep. And we'll do a minus on it. Yeah, because typically, I think intimidation is typically based off charisma, so it'll be a -5.
Okay.
So. You got it. Well, I know you got it actually, because you had to be 5. Yeah.
Oh, that's it's slow. It's slow. Yeah.
So.
Oh wow.
All right. So. Yeah, I think.
That's the beauty of 2E.
I think one of them would immediately drop his weapon, but because he's wrapped in the webs, it doesn't look like he even dropped his weapon. And the other one was already kind of trying to get his way loose, and he continues to go. He doesn't seem to respond. He's not responding to you, but it looks like one of them may have dropped his weapon because he's not moving at all. So you got a mixed reaction from them, but they are, again, sort of both still completely wrapped in these oil-soaked webs. So that brings them up, and they are, like I said, the one of them is stopped, and he's keeping eye contact with you as if he's listening to your next command. The other one is sort of trying to saw through this thick web material, and he is not having a ton of luck. It looks like he's got his arms a little more loose that he's able to move, but he doesn't have any movement yet. And as he sort of gets himself a little bit of room under the web that he's in, he begins to let out a very loud howl, almost like a hyena, and it sounds like an echoing hyena call coming through the woods as he begins this call out. And so you guys would all hear that, and it would send a little bit of a chill down your spine as he's calling out now, apparently for some help. That brings up Vitaly. And I know he's back on his horse.
Yeah.
But
well, it's time to do what they call in the business fleeing. So, if I could do a riding check to see if I'm able to get any sort of better path or quicker path than would be normally available to me, could I do that?
Yeah, you could do a wisdom check to see if there's some shortcut.
I've got riding land based.
Oh, okay, that's based on wisdom. Yep.
Yep. So, yeah.
There you go. So yeah, I would say that it becomes apparent to you that there is a route that you can take to kind of maximize the distance that you're getting from the knolls, and so you get yourself oriented in that direction. And I'll leave you guys kind of
Quick, follow me. They're gathering numbers. And then Vitaly shoots off on his horse.
all right. We've got to move you over that way. Gotcha. All right, now Kurza gets to go.
Oh, well, let's see. If I draw a bow, that's going to put me a little bit later, but probably about, I think, 13.
Oh, 13. Okay, no problem. All right, Ronnie.
Yeah. Fire. Burn, baby, burn.
All right. All right, so go ahead and roll your, I guess it's what, 2d4 plus, what's the oil do?
2d6 in the first round and d6 thereafter.
Okay. All right.
Let me see if I remember how to roll. Okay, fine. 1d4 plus 2d6.
Ouch. No, it's actually 2d4.
2d4.
Yeah, so you can do one more d4.
I'll just roll one additional.
Yep.
1d4 to compensate.
All right. All right, so whoof, this fire gets lit in the grass area by the web. It quickly ignites and spreads and is covering these two gnolls who are now shrieking pretty loudly. The one who had thrown his weapon down is now looks like he's grabbed it again, and he's trying like hell to get out of the burning webs, but he's really getting burned and singed badly. The other one who was fighting it is kind of down on his knees now, trying to avoid the flame, but not doing a great job of it because the flame is covering the entire area, which now all of a sudden it went from like being dark to being almost daylight bright because of the size of the fire that just got sparked. And so you guys are able to see pretty well at that point, across the hill and everything, and at that point, all of you would see behind the knolls this cave entry that's kind of nestled between some of the trees behind the ones that are standing up on the hill, and so that would be apparent to everybody, not just Kurza. But it's Bart's turn.
He's going to get the cart moving in Vitaly's direction.
Guess I'll move our halfling over here for the time being. All right.
Yelling back to Ronnie
Just
to
to
hurry up.
clarify, there is a cave entrance there. Is that it?
Yeah, there's a cave entrance back in this direction where I'm pinging that you guys are seeing through the woods. Yep.
May I shout to Bart as I see that?
Yeah. That's a free action. You can definitely say that. Yeah.
I'll shout as louder as I can. Halt! Over here!
All right. So
Yeah, Bart's yelling back at him to hurry up and get into the cart.
back in the cart.
I think we're shouting at each other.
All right.
Because he's trying to follow Vitaly. He might yell back, "Let's come back during daylight."
All right. That brings up Kurza then.
Well, let's see.
You got your bow
I'll
out.
take a shot at the one that was being twitchy.
Okay. Yeah.
trying to escape.
Okay. His let's see. Is his what's the plus you get since he's in the web? Is there one?
Oh, well, he doesn't have. That wouldn't get a dex modifier,
Yeah.
and he's kind of immobile, so I'm not sure if you want to give him another -2 for that.
Well, I'm just gonna give you. Yeah, I want to give you a +2 to your roll. So. Let's.
Okay.
Yep.
So.
Oh, AC 13. Yeah, that wouldn't hit, even with the +2. So that arrow just kind of heads out into the forest somewhere.
But that's why I'm a mage.
Exactly. But
And I'll move towards the wagon.
it's also why you're intelligent enough to hire someone who's much better with weapons, who's next, which is a Mithra.
That's right.
Perfect.
Go ahead, Molly.
So it was Kurza that hired me, right? So I'm like, what do you want me to do, Kurza? Do you want me to
Finish him off.
finish him off? All right.
This is this is the group where I've been trying to meet. So finish them off, and come with the rest of us.
how far away? So I can't get to them anyway because they're through the web, right? So I should just take a shot.
Right. Yeah.
At
It might. I mean, they're basically in flames right now. They're like flaming.
anyway.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I will. I will take a. I will shoot my sheaf arrow or my flight arrows. What range is it then? It's
they're about 20 yards from you.
20 yards. Okay.
Yeah. This should be
Probably
well.
short range.
Yeah, that's pretty short.
Yeah. Cool. There it is.
That is a solid hit. All right, which one did you go for?
Probably the one that was seemed the most hurt.
Okay, that was this near one. Okay.
And damage.
Curse's hiring skills are on the money.
I do have riding skills, so there is that.
Oh no, sorry.
Hiring. He said hiring. Yeah.
Oh, hiring
Yeah.
skills.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Someday I'll tell you all about each and R in Portuguese.
I'm willing to admit to my deficiency in combat.
All right, you got a solid hit on him. He's shrieking. He is down on his knees. He looks as if he's on his very last thread of life. And actually, at this point, we'll have them. They're going to continue to try to get themselves through the web. They get another foot through the web, but they still have 8 feet to go, according to this. So I think then that means that their fire damage would perpetuate. So, Ronnie, what was the ongoing fire damage? Is it 1d6 per? Okay, 2 more. All right, so this one falls. The one that that Amithra just struck with the arrow is now dead.
I have a question. I think the rate of fire is 2. Does that like one of them happen at the end of the round or something like that?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I need to add a second turn for you though.
No, that's cool. I just wanted to figure out when that happens.
Yeah. So normally we just like add your weapon speed on again. So if you were going at 13, I think you're going to go at 20 on your second shot. So yeah,
Okay.
you'll have another shot.
It makes sense. Yeah.
All right, and actually it is your shot. So because they're trying to still get through the remaining web, so you can take that second shot at the last one.
All right.
And his AC is 5, so that's a
hit.
That's a hit. All right. Yep, that is gonna do it for him as well. So, tell us about the this last Noel's last breath.
Oh, he's just a he just burns alive and takes an arrow to the chest. I don't know.
Right to the face? Oh, to the chest. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he catches. He's like already burning. His hair is singeing. He's covered in webs, and
Told you
it's
to give up.
you gave him fair warning. So he falls, and now you guys are left in this scene here. With an opportunity to kind of reconnect with one another. Obviously, you would have recognized Kurza, Vitali, everyone would have recognized Kurza, and you would have seen him with Amithra now at this point, and you would have an opportunity to reconnect out here on the road. So, anything you guys want to share with one another as you are reunited here in this forest battle?
We'll run,
Kaz,
give him a big
Greetings,
hug.
all.
Kaza, it's been a while. And this is a new person. I'm sorry, I've seemed to take an arrow to the chest, so if any of you wouldn't mind, I'm going to continue riding to Dragon's Reach.
No, Vitali, no. There is a cave over there. There's
I
more
would,
noise.
I would prefer
They will
to
kill
not do
people
that.
right here on the road.
He needs
We need to
healing. I think
Out-
is a big
Out
thing.
of character, this is me. Out of character, this is me pulling because it's getting late. So, I'm sorry about this. It's just, but I'll see you in the next town. But I need to heal up some injuries, and also, if we remember, I need to find a way to charter a boat. If we are seriously considering going to those isles, I'm sorry I haven't introduced myself to the rather
Newcomer.
yes
I was going
I'm
to
I'm
introduce
Vitaly.
Imithra to Vitali, Ronnie, Bartholomew. This is our
Lovely
my
to meet
traveling
you.
companion from the Raven's Bluff.
Well
And
met.
these are our flyer now.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys would see that she is a rather experienced looking warrior, and I'm sure that's a welcome sight for this group because that is one thing that you are probably short on. But this looks like a really good spot to take a mid-session break. It sounds like Luke, you got to bow out, and that's a really
I've got a
good
jet,
be
yeah.
a good spot for that. And then we can pick up here in like 5-10 minutes for those of you that can play on. Sound good?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say
That's good.
Vitaly is going to look to charter a boat in the next town because we talked about that last time.
You
So
could
that's
always
what he'll
sort of
investigate.
take a rest in the cart, tie your horse up, and you'll still be with us the next time
Maybe he
around,
could
right?
be standing watch over the things, right? We'll find a
And
way to
yes,
weave you in for sure. Don't worry about it. But I'm glad you're able to make it. I really am. So thanks for doing it again, man. Appreciate it.
thank you. I've got guests to entertain, so I've got.
Look, have a nice hangover tomorrow.
You're all good.
Lo-
You're
lo-
all set.
lovely to see all of you, and I hope to play very soon. See yous.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
All right,
See you
guys.
later. Luke.
We'll take our mid-session break for everyone else, and we'll be back in a few.
See you in a bit.
All right. All right.
Wow.
Well, we'll
Back to the not real world.
yeah, back to the never in the real world. This is the scene that we left you all at, and I'll kind of let you guys decide. I think we'll remove Vitali from the scene for the moment, and wanted to kind of pick up here. Obviously, the four of you are standing in a somewhat precarious position. You start to kind of hear some howls, from very, very far away. They sound as if they may be miles and miles away at this point, but you do hear some howling in the distance. Sounds like it's coming from behind you on the trail, back from the direction that you came. for the most part, but I'll give you guys a chance to have some conversation and decide what you'd like to do.
That doesn't sound good. I think we should keep moving.
I'm
We
inclined
should
to
do-
agree.
Assuage, Ronnie, maybe we loot what we can from the fallen
Yeah,
gnolls and you continue on quickly,
like-
perhaps.
No other
Make note
movement
of when
in
you
the
saw the
trees?
cave.
Jamie, I'll loot the corpses.
All right, you're gonna pull the corpses off the side, and you're gonna check them. So,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, it looks like they're all. Two of them have bows, short bows, with several arrows. Each of them still have about half a dozen arrows, so you've got that. The other two are both carrying long swords, and one of them's carrying a hatchet. They're wearing really kind of like a ragtag looking scale mail armor that's patched together with some hide armor that's patched together with some other armor. And in some respects, the way Amithra is dressed, but a lot more obviously bone and other animal hides in their makeshift armors. So they're not really too useful from that respect. And then you find a total of 18 gold pieces and 42 silver pieces. Most of them seem to have come from the one that was on the road that spoke to you about the ox. And so what you find really interesting is that one of the coins that you find in his silver coin collection looks different. And as you look at it, and you see on it a symbol.
Isn't that interesting?
And you would have definitely discovered that.
What is that? What are they called again? The flaming knives or something?
Yeah, the fire knives.
Fire knives. There we go.
Yeah,
I
and
will immediately
and-
show the coin to Curtis and give it to him.
just sort of as a reminder, like, so the fire knives are the group that Caddison told you were responsible for the marks on your arms. And they were also the ones that had the amulets that they were wearing when you caught a couple of them on the first boat ride. So that would have been, common knowledge for you guys.
Okay.
No other tattoo marks that would be like some of the others we saw in the temple.
Was that in the temple? I guess it was.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Amithra, can you do a wisdom check?
Sure.
Right on. Okay, so I'm gonna have
Barely.
Kurza, Bart, and Ronnie. I'll have all of you do a wisdom check, please. Too.
Wisdom check coming up.
How many arrows were found out there?
12.
12. Okay.
12.
Okay.
There's a hatch.
Okay, Kurza's good.
Oh, cool.
Bart's good. All right, Ronnie's good. Okay. So basically, you guys, nothing comes from the roll is what I'm gonna say. Nothing is gonna come from that roll. But the coin itself, resembles exactly what we talked about. So, any other questions or anything else you guys wanted to do?
I want to say to everybody, do you see? We can find another clue for our condition in that case. We must investigate.
Yeah, they seem to be everywhere, don't they?
That symbol
Yeah.
mean something to you? Yeah, like what's that about?
I'll show her my wrist.
So when you show her, she seems kind of like almost kind of shocked, like horrified for a second, but then she
Yeah.
kept like her composure. Oh, that's not good, huh?
Someone
There's the
did that
tattoo.
while we were sleeping.
Oh. And you see, like, she kind of like takes stock of everyone, like almost in a different way, like almost more guarded.
Don't you have one?
I have no such tattoos. No. In fact, she kind of pauses. She's like, "Yeah, I fought with a gladiator once, and he it kind of drove him mad sometimes, and he would not behave like as he was. He would attack people, seemingly not by his own volition." Is that anything like
He
that happened
had
with you
he
all?
had these tattoos.
He did. Yes, they're isn't that some kind of like like warding bond or something?
You seekers, that's our destiny. We are fated to be mental controlled by some crazy entering or whatever.
Nothing like that
We
ever
are
happened to you though, right?
Not yet.
we all gonna die.
Okay.
No hope for us, Curza.
Well, maybe not. You know, you never know. We could go crazy at some point, but or
So-
we could get dead. One or the other. You know.
it's really just a matter of when. It's really just a matter of when, I think.
How much
what-
insanity can we take?
So, yeah, I think for you holding the coin, Ronnie, you would have noticed how lightweight the coin is as well. It doesn't feel like silver, but it looks like silver. So it's very lightweight, super lightweight.
I'll hand it to Curza.
This bears further investigation. I don't have a detect magic, but we can fix that in the morning.
Maybe there are more in the cave.
That could be if we make it quick. We might find see if they had any orders, and if
Just a
so,
peek.
did it concern us?
How is
Maybe
the sound of howling behind us going as we discuss?
Movement in the trees.
It was maybe a few seconds after the one near you had howled, maybe 20 or 30 seconds even afterwards, you started to hear distant howls.
Yeah.
If you had to guess, you would think that it was 5 or more miles away when you heard it.
Oh.
Is the fire still burning from the oil?
There's like a little bit of grass fire, brush fire going, but nothing large. The oil would have burnt pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that nobody's come out of the cave yet means we can probably do a quick cursory examination and maybe get the heck out real quick too.
Sure.
That could be where they were spending their nights.
What do
Or
you think
days.
if I scout ahead? I'll go
I like
there.
that.
Dark. And
Alright,
if everything's okay,
let's-
I will whistle and you came.
Sure, we'll find a place to maybe tie the oxen up
Yeah, there's some.
off the road a little bit, maybe so they're a little bit concealed.
Okay.
The picture is right. There's some
Who-
fence.
Who
And
is?
the
here.
horses. And the horses too.
Yeah. If you'd like, go ahead and do a wisdom check for everyone. Do another wisdom check, and then we'll say that they are somewhere obviously secured, and your combined wisdom check will be a part of maybe the outcome, but you're able to find a place. You get them all tied up. Everything's safe and sound, guys. Nothing wrong here. And
Yeah, but Vitali's gonna watch them.
right. Don't worry about it. Vitaly's got this. So you're able to secure them if you want, and that's just I'm not gonna draw any conclusions from that, but that will factor into something at some point when you come back. And I assume Ronnie, you're gonna be doing what? Essentially,
I'll scout
How-
ahead.
are the rest of you following Ronnie as he does it? Is it that sort of thing, or are you just waiting for him to come back?
At a distance,
At a
maybe.
distance, yeah.
I think I kind of thought we were gonna
And-
wait to hear a signal, or I don't know if he's gonna do like a bird
Yeah.
call or something. Do you have
Yeah,
a danger
I'll
bird and a
whistle.
safe bird sound?
What
Just a dying word. Just a normal dying word.
dying bird? They all sound like a dying bird, so there's no difference. They don't know if it's good or bad. All right. So Ronnie, you
No, I would just do a normal halfling whistle, like
okay? Yep, just a regular whistle then. All right. So you make it to there. There's a couple of boulders that are leaning towards each other that create a cave opening. You see, definitely looks like a well-worn passageway that the gnolls would have easily been able to fit into. Well, once they get inside, through the entrance, you could tell they would have had to have ducked a little bit. But for you, Ronnie, you've got plenty of space. Not a problem. You could walk straight on through if you wanted. But when you get to the edge, you can, again, you see that it's been well used. You see some faint torchlight coming from within that looks like it's well down, into the cave. And if you'll go ahead and do a detect noise skill check for me, I'll tell you if you're able to hear anything.
my detect noise is a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, you're not able to discern anything particular from listening for a while. But the flickering light of the torch remains pretty consistent as you're sitting there, and you don't see any motion or any shadows or anything reflecting from the light. So, I'll let you
Nick
decide.
into the cave.
Are you whistling? Are you gonna whistle out to the group
No,
that they
no,
should
no.
follow you? Okay.
No,
All
I
right.
will very carefully, paying a lot of attention for traps or anything like that. I will move into the cave, hiding in shadows.
All right. Well, so the cave turns out to go down underground for quite a while. Maybe about 50 yards. Until you kind of get to a point where you can see that it diverges. As you're walking along it and you're looking around, you're starting to notice there's some debris laying about. It looks like various items laying strewn about through the cavern, almost as if they were things that the gnolls had ransacked and they weren't worthful or to them, and so they discarded them. So there's just a lot of random things as you're sort of stepping over them and trying to move slowly, which brings me to your next skill check, which is, I assume, moving silently and hiding in shadows. So if you want to roll those. Okay, moving very silently. Wow, you put some points into
training.
that one.
There you go.
You see, I focus it on 2 or 3 skills.
Yes, loaded up. Those are good. Okay, so you are able to get pretty deep down into this cave when you definitely start to hear some movement beyond you, and you feel like there's something large up ahead in the cave ahead of you.
I will retreat, and when I get to the entrance of the cave, I will whistle.
Okay. The rest of you would hear the bird call, the halfling bird call, and I assume you're gonna
Expect
join him.
one.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I
So,
kind of ready an arrow as I, follow along and keep an eye out.
all right, I'm gonna switch maps. I'll need you guys to tell me if your token is working and has any vision at all once I put you in the doorway. Let me know if you can see anything, and I'll say this for Molly's sake. Molly, I am not a Roll20. I'm not a expert on Roll20, so I often mess up the token permissions and map settings. So if we're ever in a section where I'm talking about something and you're staring at a black screen, let me know, because it's probably just a
Okay.
setting I've overlooked.
I'm staring at a black screen now, but I don't
Okay,
know.
that's
Let's see.
what I
Wait.
needed to know.
Wait,
Let me see.
zooming. Oh, I'm zooming in. Wait. No, now I can see. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
No, it's all good.
Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. So
Jamie spent all of his skill points on spreadsheets.
I did. I did. Um, I've been doing those for many more years than Roll20. I'll say that. So, so you guys, yeah, should all see yourselves in this area here. Anyone that doesn't see yourself, somewhere over in here.
All I see is a red circle that keeps on going
Okay.
amid the blackness.
Do you have vision?
Cursor is not here. Oh no, he's in first one, the lead one.
Yeah, I got him now.
Yeah.
Anything
Okay.
appear there
There we
for
go.
you? Okay.
Yep.
All right. There we go. So, all right. So Ronnie comes back. I guess, yeah, that was what I was going to say, is maybe put yourselves in the order you're thinking. It would essentially be like a single file width.
Yeah.
So Ronnie
Let
sounds like
me-
he'd be up
let
in
me-
front, possibly. Okay.
I have that. I have infravision.
Okay. Who's going to follow him?
I probably would follow him, but I also stay close to Kurza, who I negotiated with, right? So he's kind of my priority in some ways.
I'll follow Mithra.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
can take up the end of the train.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. All right, cool. All right, so Ronnie, you get back in the front there. Are you going further ahead, or are you guys kind of what's the spacing between everyone that you're trying to keep?
Just let's see, 2-3 yards, 10 feet.
Okay.
How much distance do you need to be quiet enough that we won't disturb you? Or
a bit more, like 100 feet, I think. But I went a few yards ahead, and I'm sure there's a no inside. So sooner or later we will be upon him. So I say we keep close, just 10 feet away from me, and we go with missile weapons ready, so we can catch whoever is there, whatever is there, by surprise and get a volley before they can react.
okay.
Come.
So Jamie, if it's enough, should
Yeah.
I?
You said there was
if
some light, right?
Yeah. So right there, Ronnie, when you come through this opening, couple things. You would see torchlight here. And in this area, there's a bunch of canvas bags laying on the ground, various sizes, and it just looks like almost like a storage area. And this torch is hanging over top of them. There's some odor coming from this direction that smells like something rancid. So that you're starting to get a smell, in that direction as you get into this open area. There is some there's sort of some level change that goes on in this area. There's some rock and debris, and you have to climb up it to get to this area. There's like a ledge that's a little higher than the floor that you're on. So what would you like to do?
I'll duck right here, and I will signal to them to come here.
Okay.
I think I am on the line of sight. Curse's line of sight. He's got an improvisation too, I think.
Yeah, see if you guys can move yourselves into the room with Ronnie. Hopefully everyone's able to control their token. And
Yeah, it's perfect.
and Ronnie, if you can do another detect noise check.
Just because you ask it.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So you actually you all hear movement coming from somewhere deeper in the cave, but because of the echoes and the way the sound is bouncing and reverberating in here, you're not sure which direction it's coming from. So that's a little unsettling. There's some movement. It's not like it's close by, but you can't discern exactly which direction it is from where you're standing. So I'll let you guys pick it up in here. You guys would all see the floor covered in these canvas bags. There's a torch on the wall in here, and then further, it looks like hopefully you guys can already see some other lights further in the cave, but if not, there's some like faint glows, further down the cave.
Okay. The torch is retrievable. I can pick it up.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a little
Is
high.
there a
It's a
holder
little
on the
high
wall?
on. It's a little high on the wall for you. No, it's just sticking in a. It's just sticking in a like a hole in the wall.
Counts.
But you
Ah,
can reach it. It's a little higher than normal. You can reach it, Ronnie.
Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, um, while I take some guard measures here, do you want to check the bags?
Are they empty? Obviously empty, like they're just kind of flopped on the ground.
Okay, so if you look through them, one of the bags has several dry rations in it. It actually has 4 weeks worth of dry rations in it.
Hmm.
They must ransacked someone.
There's another bag that actually has several books in it.
Language?
If you
Language of the books?
if let's say you grab one off the top and look at it, and it looks as if it's written in common.
Okay.
Yet another bag appears to have clothing in it, and several bags are empty. So the clothing, if you take a closer look at the clothing, it appears like there were mostly something sized for a human. And based on the quality of it, it appears that it could be somebody who was probably maybe not noble, but well-to-do. Fairly high quality.
Like a merchant.
Yeah, fairly
Like a
high
merchant.
quality. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Take
may
the books. We should probably take the rations too.
Yeah, we can leave them right here. We can pick it up on our way out.
Sure. And I'll pick up the books while we're here, just because.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are 4 books. If you want to write that down, Kurza, there's 4 of them, just so.
Okay.
We'll go through those later. All right.
May I keep moving, Jamie?
Yes. Yep. All right. So
Okay.
you come a little further in. Go ahead and do a move silently. Another move silently and hide in shadows. All right. Yeah. So you're able to move up into this next area here. There's like a landing area. Like I said, you can and one thing about the walls in here is it's very rough in here. It looks there's nothing smooth. There's nothing really that looks like it's been cared for. But as far as the way the wall and the surfaces are, it almost looks like it was dug by hand. I mean, it's just so rough and everything. And there's rocks and stones about. Mostly they're piled up against the corners of the wall, but there's a lot of rock and debris kind of in the regular hallways itself, except for on the really well traveled areas. So if you follow this up, through this little section here,
Mhm.
it's like debris, and you kind of as you pass over it up onto this landing, it becomes a little bit more solid rock, and you start to see that there's a lot of footsteps heading in this direction, and a lot fewer footsteps heading in this direction as far as the ground and the movement of all those boulders and things.
Wise man of said, always take the less traveled road.
What's was there a passageway up here, or is that just kind of a wall back there?
It looks like there is it looks like there is a passage there. Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yep.
Garza. Here.
He followed. All right, he followed him. All right, so all right, go ahead and do another detect noise, Ronnie. For the rest of you, if you could also do a wisdom check for the other three, I'm gonna see if you observe anything else. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good roll. Good roll. Let's see who notices what here. A second. Okay. All right.
Let's see.
Okay. All right. So
I don't see squat.
Amithra would you would have noticed leaning as you're sort of following in a different maybe a slightly different path and standing a little higher than the halfling, you actually look over and notice leaning on this far wall on this western side of the corridor, there's several polearm weapons leaning there against that wall that you would have noticed.
So I nudge Kurza, who I'm next to, and say, "There's some weapons. Their weapons are over there. Maybe we should hide them or something."
Yeah, I like that idea.
Is there a place that
So-
we would have to do that, or?
Yeah, wander over, grab some weapons. Well, all we got to do is just put them where they're not expecting to find them. That's all.
It's true.
Because they'll rush to where we are now, and then where's the
This
weapons?
place less travel.
Right. We'll just carry them away for a little distance.
Here a lot.
What's the quality of the weapons?
They're very mixed quality. One of the weapons looks like it's very high quality. The others look more crude. So it's very strange that it just looks like it's all over the place as far as quality.
Like they were stolen from multiple targets.
Yeah, probably who they got them from is probably the best way to describe it.
And Bart, as you were stepping over the debris to follow up onto that ledge area, some of that debris shifts, and it reveals underneath it what looks like a small box. It's about it's like a small crate, maybe like a 1 foot by 1 foot crate.
Where's Bart? I'm not seeing Bart spoken.
He's back behind the bend there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll definitely I'll pick it up and Does it appear to be locked or?
It looks like it has to be broken. Like it looks like it's just like a wooden box that's like nailed together. Like there's like it doesn't have a hinge on it or anything that you can see.
Seems real
Not that
suspicious. I might
Almost like it was just
Set
like built, around something maybe.
yeah, I'll maybe set it on the wall next to me here unless I have Ronnie's attention to come inspect it because I'm a little bit wary of a box built without some type of lid or a door or something to open
Transport
it with.
something then.
Okay. May I inspect it for traps?
Yep.
Jamie?
Yep.
Indeed, yes.
I think it's okay. I'm sure it's okay.
Yeah, it
You could open.
doesn't seem like it's an obvious trap.
I'll be waiting right here while you open the box.
You want me to pry it open?
Well, I open it.
How will you open it? So it's like wood that looks like it's been nailed together, like a crate that's been nailed together.
I have. Looks like I have to do all the work. I have a crowbar. It's my primary weapon.
He does have a crowbar. I forgot about that.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, you can. So you can try to open it with the crowbar, Ronnie. You can do.
I'll be the patsy.
I guess do a let's do a
I'll
strength
step on
check.
Step on the box
Mm-hmm.
and use the crowbar as leverage.
Okay, try a strength
I'll
check and see if
I'll
you're
keep an eye out
Okay.
for any anybody that might come if it makes any noise or something.
Yeah, and again, okay, you definitely bust this thing open. All right, so basically you get one of the boards off of the side and you look inside and you can see that there's something inside that's wrapped in cloth. And if you feel it, it feels like there's something hard inside of the cloth that's wrapped in there. And so you continue to take it apart. And when you pull this cloth out and you look down, it's a small statuette of a raven. And it appears to be made from some type of black, hard stone.
Obsidian.
And I think Kurza has appraising. Maybe you can appraise it.
I have it.
Or yeah, whoever has appraising, I can give you guys a like an estimate on what you think it might be worth.
I think Curse is better because it's intelligence based, and intelligence is not my strong suit.
There you go.
Okay, yeah. So you both got it, and you both believe that it could be worth north of 500 gold.
Oof.
There is nothing in the box, guys. Just a decoy. Nothing to see here.
Well,
Yeah, we can split it later, Ronnie.
It's in your hands now, so it's definitely not in the box anymore.
Yeah, the box is long gone.
Yeah.
So
it's just a piece of cloth inside the box.
Who's gonna hold on to it, or what are you guys gonna do with it?
I'd say wrap it back up and put it in what's left of. Well, is the box
May I
five-sided now?
May I reassemble the box using the crowbar as a hammer?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you destroyed the box. You can put it back together. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll hand it to Bart. He's a very honorable person. I think he'll not steal
I'm still suspicious of this thing, so I'll carefully hold it kind of outstretched from me, like.
Yeah, like
it's a mystery.
Don't worry about it. It's probably, even if it is magical, it's probably not cursed. Take my word
It's
for it.
It's probably fine. Yeah.
You said that about the tattoos.
Mithra, if you
Like,
could do a wisdom check while they're looking at this.
You said it was a statue of a raven, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, you
Not her strong suit.
you heard some more movement though while they were talking about and looking at the statue. You were looking out actively, and you heard some more movement, and it does sound to you like it's coming from this general direction, but you don't again know left or right or how far away. It's just you're certain something that's not in your group is moving around down here.
Okay, so I nudge Kurza and I go, shh, and I point down that way. There's something down there.
I'll move over this way.
I'll follow Curza. Let's get into that tunnel and get out of the main path. I think they would be traveling the main path.
Bart takes a deep breath and slowly follows.
Ask for the Lyra's blessings.
All right, so
Lyra says this is all a terrible idea.
all right, so
Lyra must be sleeping right now.
do a another move silent check, Ronnie. We'll see how you're moving and how you're hiding, and everybody else can do another wisdom check. Yikes! You actually failed your move silently. Okay.
No, I failed with grace.
Indeed. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's a bunch
Hey,
of.
what?
All right. So. All right. So as you guys enter the room, or it's not a room, but it's another longer corridor that looks as if maybe there were some burrows that were created here, where some of the gnolls might have been sleeping crudely. There also looks as if there are some shackles laying on the floor, and as if maybe there had been at some point some hostages in this room. It just looks like maybe it was a holding room of sorts, because you actually do see on the wall in a couple of places where they've attached some chain. But right now there's nothing attached to the chain, but it looks like a pretty grim kind of room, as if some things have gone down here. You can see some blood splatter on the floor. There's nothing else laying around though. It's kind of odd. It's like very clean. Otherwise, it looks as if something might be passing through the room regularly, and you don't get the sense that there's that it's been used for these purposes for a while. So
Sometimes prisoners write something on the walls. There's any writings or anything like that?
sure, do a let's see, can you do, what would it be? I mean, it's almost like a don't you have a thief skill for this? If not, I guess we'll just do wisdom again.
I have one proficiency that can be used for observation.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, do that.
That's a good idea.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you see some markings, but you don't see anything that's discernible. Somebody might have been scratching in, counting the number of days they were here, and they didn't get very far. But nobody wrote anything that was discernible that you would think is a written language that you're able to see from your vantage point.
Okay. I will note to them, especially to Kurza, that I think no one stayed here for long, and point the markings.
I'll take a quick look around as well, just to as I follow behind him.
All right. So you guys are, checking it out, and at this point, you all would hear movement coming from this direction, and
Which direction?
the northwest.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
And so it's starting to get louder. The noises seems like it's coming closer actually this time. So in what was sounding as if it was far away and echoey and sort of hard to pinpoint, this one sounds very close as far as getting closer.
Well,
And Bart would
Bart
be.
will
We
kinda
should-
grab.
Go ahead.
Maybe we take this this idol and grab a sack or two and retreat back to our
Out.
wagon. And
Yeah.
I'd hate to
Yeah,
get trapped in the cave between what's in here and what's coming up the road behind us, potentially.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Sounds
there
like a
could
lot
be
of 'em.
reinforcements for this place.
Okay.
Could be a whole nest of them here.
Well, before I let you do that, I'm going to have you guys roll initiative.
Too late.
Favored by the bell.
Yeah, let me.
Alright.
I'll add you guys to the turn order, but whoever would like to, maybe Mithra, you should roll the group turn order. That'd be cool.
Yeah, so what do I do for that? I go roll
Yeah.
1d10.
Yep, you can just do a
Oh,
D10.
there's a button on the bottom
Also,
left.
if there, I think I was holding an arrow, so I guess if there's, if I see anything, right, do I get a shot off maybe?
Sure. I mean, you can get your 2 shots off in the first round.
Cool.
Okay.
I have a bunch of pole arms in my hands.
Yeah, Bart
I
has
have a
a
box in there.
box, and he's Bart's left holding the box. I like that. Well, all right. So you guys are all starting from 7.
Not the greatest roll. Right? We
Right.
went low, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And- all right. So I'm moving these guys up here.
These pole arms, do they give me reach?
Oh yeah. If you try to attack with the pole arm, you can attack someone up to 10 feet away. So it's twice the distance as normal melee. Okay.
What are my choices? I have 3.
You do.
Or
You
2.
do. Yeah. Well, I mean,
And Mithra, I think, has the 3rd one or something, but
And you can set to receive a charge.
this is true.
yeah. So, I'll tell you which ones you have here on your turn, and you can, if you do want to use one of them, or is that what your plan is heading into this? You're just gonna try to use one of these pole arms against the knoll.
Yeah.
Okay. So the 2 pole arms that you have, one is a glaive, and the other is a bardish. From the standpoint of damage, the bardish would do more damage by your estimation.
Okay.
Since I haven't heard that name.
They're large.
Bard.
I don't know. Maybe it's bardiche.
That could be.
I don't know how you pronounce it, but
In Portuguese, we used to call bardiche. but I
bardiche.
don't
Yeah,
think
that makes sense.
Yeah.
it have a French flair.
Yeah, because several of these do. There's the Bill
Yeah.
Guisarme, the Fachard. Yeah.
Salsar.
Mm-hmm.
Back the Corban.
All right. So if you wanna use the one that has the does the more damage, it has a speed of 9.
Sure, why not?
Okay. So you'll go on a 16.
I'm probably not holding one, right? Because I'm got the bow ready with the arrow
Okay.
at the ready.
And your bow is a speed of what? Is
I
that?
think it's 7.
Okay. So you're 14. Okay. Bart, what are you gonna do on your turn?
Bart drops the box at his feet and begins casting Bless.
Yeah.
What's your casting time on Bless?
Bless says
One.
it will take a whole round to cast.
1 round.
Okay. All right.
So
So it just goes. So basically, we'll just leave you at 7 for now. All right.
yeah, I would assume beginning of next round it would go off.
Artish. Conclave.
All right. So you're starting into your incantation of your bless spell. You set the box down and begin to do that, and again the movement is getting much closer. You guys may or may not. Let me see what your sight line looks like. Ronnie has sight to it. Bart, you have a little bit of sight to it. The others, you don't necessarily have sight to it, but Ronnie and Bart, you would look up and see in this northwest corridor a knoll heading in your direction. He starts to come in this direction, and looking. One sec. Let's see. All right. Yeah, so he's just looking like first to see. I'm trying to look and see if he sees you, and he, when he first gets in there, he is looking around, and then he makes eye contact and looks up and sees Bart. Doesn't notice Ronnie as much because of the vantage point and Ronnie being Ronnie, but he starts to make eye contact with you, and then is moving upward into this direction, and it looks like he's lifting his axe that he has and coming in your direction. So that would bring up Ronnie.
I'll shoot my bow. The blast is not in effect right now, is that right?
Not yet. Next,
Not until next round. Yeah. I think beginning of next round it would take effect, or I'm assuming.
Yep.
So it takes all this round to cast it.
No deal.
Oh, okay. Flight arrow flies by and ricochets off of the rough walls further down into the cave, and then Mithra, you get a chance to. I think you can see this thing now. Yeah, you can see it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, can I kind of bump past Bartholomew to get a shot at it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can like lean and take a shot. No problem.
Cool.
That would be a miss.
Miss.
So that one ricochets off, and you get a second shot late in the round, so I'll add another turn
Cool.
for you. 20. Okay. All right, so couple arrows flying and bouncing off of the rock walls. And Kurza, you get your chance with the pole arm, if that's your desire.
I'll stand ready to attack when it does.
Okay. All right. Yep. So
So I'm close enough to Bart to, if it attacks him, I can get the creature.
okay, gotcha. All right.
Bart is a squishy shield.
Yeah. That's kind of
Yeah, he is. He is. He takes all the damage. He's easy to hit too. All right. So that brings us back around to the top of the turn. So Bart, your bless would go off, and so everybody gets what?
I think that's going to be
+1.
the +1 to attack, and here I'll go ahead and roll the spell effects.
Okay. And then your spell is cast, so you can take an action this turn, and
Yeah. Okay, that finally going in. Trying to
there it is. Yep.
update my sheet. Bart will grab his mace out and casually step behind you guys.
All right. He's getting equipped and moving to
He's
the
super
back.
brave.
All right. So, all right. Now you are.
Well, I'm not a shield. I'm just squishy.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
He's
I've shown that in the past.
All right. So the knoll that raised its axe in your direction is now back up, and he's gonna start charging towards you. He's gonna come in here, and I'm gonna give a 1d3 die roll to see which of the three of you he wants, and I'll go Ronnie, Kurza,
I'll
and
attack
Mithra.
him. I want to attack him before he gets close enough, since
Okay.
I have a 10-foot reach.
Okay. And he
I don't-
is. It looks like
Not
he's
going to hit him, but you know.
Yeah, I know. It would be you'd near miracle.
That's right.
But that one missed him, and but you were ready to attack him when he came, so that would have been a part of your turn. And then when he gets over here, he turns. He was kind of charging towards Bart, but since Bart retreated and he got to this space, he started thinking about who was his next target, and I think that's when he noticed Ronnie and went for the smallest creature, thinking it was the easiest one to hit, but he was mistaken, because he misses Ronnie. So this thing has taken a swipe at you, Ronnie, with its axe. At that moment, you guys hear a little bit more movement coming from that same direction that this one came from, and you see another one enter the chamber down here, and he looks over and notices what's happening and starts to charge in this direction as well, but he's unable to make it all the way up before it's back to Ronnie.
Back to me.
I think I skipped your second attack last round, Amithra.
I can't do it to the one that's at point blank, but I can shoot that one that just arrived, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I think if you wanted to take that, it would have been you would have been able to take it on the one that's point blank now before he got point blank.
Oh, okay. Then
So,
that's probably
yeah.
what I would have done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there's a 20.
nice.
And then damage.
So this explains why he missed Ronnie.
And so that
Yeah.
I roll on that table,
I
right?
retcon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, serious leg wounds. Victim's movements halved as well. Okay.
And then
Double
for
damage.
damage. Is it double damage?
Double.
Should I just hit hit the crit button then for the arrow?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Nine damage. Okay. Let's see.
Wow.
All right. Yeah. So you've got a leg shot that was pretty nasty. This thing obviously is wearing this patchwork armor, and you found a spot where he was very vulnerable that you were able to put an arrow clean through his thigh, and it's now sticking out of his leg. But in his rage, charging forward, stumbled and tried to attack the halfling, missing badly, and then bringing up Ronnie. So go ahead, Ronnie. Good shot.
I will have another cut. Is that right?
It should be back to you. Back to your turn, right?
Okay. It's another round or is the end of the first?
It was another round.
Two
It was another. Did you have 2 attacks?
arrows. Short.
Okay. Yeah. So that was your second.
Take off fires.
So what we're missing was your second attack. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your second attack.
Oh, finally. Finally.
Oh, you did hit.
Everybody-
Okay.
There it is.
Good.
Yep.
Floodgates open now.
18. Yeah.
All right, 3
Okay.
damage to the same one. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
He's looking in very rough shape, and he's actually going to be making a morale check here. after Bart goes. So I think we're back to the top now, and so Bart should be up.
I think if I would add my mace to that 7, so I think I'd actually end up at 12. Let me
Okay.
double check.
Mace.
Oh, Jesus, no, 14. Wow, I think it's slow.
Oh, it's a 7? Okay.
Yeah, so I actually have to. There we go. Yep.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, so that means that the one in front of you now is pretty badly wounded, and he is not the smartest thing on the planet, but he is going to turn tail and head back in the direction in which he came. So
Better run.
he starts to retreat, and he's getting behind his buddy. He's pulling a Bart, and get it. Just kidding. He's hurting bad. He is hanging on by an absolute thread, and he's got a flight arrow sticking out of his thigh. He's got all kinds of wounds all of a sudden after charging in after you, and so the one that he retreated behind steps forward. He's got a longsword. And so he's stepping in here as well again, and he's going to take a swing at Ronnie with his longsword. I'm going to roll some of these out loud for fun. See if we get... Oh, and he hits you, Ronnie, with his longsword. So his... Oh, goodness, okay. Alright, he is going to do... Nine damage.
Ooh. Ouch.
So the longsword slashes you, Ronnie, pretty hard across the torso, causing you a pretty nasty gash from his longsword. All right.
I keep my cool, and I shout, "There is much more from where these came from."
All right, that brings up Bart.
Bart is emboldened by Ronnie's confidence. He steps up to try and hit him with his mace.
Lack of wisdom.
Lack of wisdom, yes. Probably. Let's roll this. Still have an 18 Thaco. I guess that's a +1 with that too. So.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
I guess that'll work. And versus large. Small, medium. It's just a D6.
Ooh,
5
okay.
damage. That's pretty good.
All right.
So you moved up. You're like here, right? Attacking this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So he's
Sorry.
hurting. It's a good hit, but he's still looking unwavering at this point. But solid shot from the mace. Was it mace? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Amithra's up.
All right. Can I like set down my bow or gently drop it and draw my drusus and charge the one that just hit Ronnie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you just sort of set it down, then you're able to do both. Yep.
Awesome. Okay, then I will do that
You
and
got a bruises.
swiftly draw that, and there we go.
Wow, that is
You
a
leave
hit.
him alone.
Hit.
All right.
I'll think.
And that's
I
versus
think you
large,
get
right?
that.
Yep.
I'll hire her.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Why won't it? Oh, you know what? There's no damage macro for my drusus because it's 1d6 plus 1 from the weapon. Should I just roll a dice? Because
Add your
it wasn't.
strength.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Pretty
It wasn't
well
in the It wasn't in the list of things, right?
Oh,
1d6. Can I just like trail the pluses, or do I have to add them in my head first?
You can trail them.
Okay.
Mhm.
So +1 for the weapon, and +1 for my strength, and then I'm a specialist in it. So what does that give me? Like +1?
1. I think it's 1.
Okay,
And then
so-
you got your strength for 1. Yeah, that
So I
sounds
think
right.
it's +3
Bless.
total.
Oh,
One
and
d6
bless.
plus 1.
Bless gives you the +1
Yep.
for attack roll.
Oh, and bless. Okay, so a total of +4. It looks like. Okay,
that's darn good.
it's a good thing because I rolled a 1.
Oh wait, I think bless just gives you the attack bonus
Oh,
anyway.
Just the
okay.
hit.
So
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, it's just the attack bonus.
Sorry. So
I see. Oh, okay.
4 damage.
Sorry.
No, that's
Mm-hmm.
all right, and that's on this one here. So he is.
Oh wait. Oh shit. He's size large, right? So it's actually.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's.
1d.
D8.
I think it's a D8. Yeah, it's a D6 versus small or medium. So I rolled the
So-
wrong die.
Cool. That's cool. D8 plus 3.
Yeah. Okay.
So what does a Drusus look like exactly? Is it?
So it looks just like a short sword. In fact, you wouldn't
Isn't
even be able to tell.
Oh, okay.
It's
Gladiator
sharpened
short
at both
sword.
ends, right? Is that right, or is it just one end?
I think it's like flared a little bit, like the
Mhm.
blade is
Yeah, and
flared.
it's-
Okay.
Yeah, and it's you can tell like
There's no guard.
as it whizzes by that it's a exceptional quality weapon. Did that now roll? Oh, I see. There it is.
That's better. Yeah. Okay. So that was a difference of 3, which ends up being a really big difference because he falls over. So you finished this. Noel, tell us about the final blow here for this.
She just kind of does this like dramatic whirl and slits his throat.
Yeah.
Right? 'Cause she's a arena fighter, so she has to put on the axe.
Some flair. There's always some
Yeah.
flair in the finish.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So this one falls. Actually, I shouldn't take it off. I'll just mark it so you guys remember it's laying there.
Oh.
All right. So then that brings up Ronnie.
The other one is fleeing, right?
Yeah, this one was fleeing. It's it looks like it was cowering behind its friend. It's still standing there for the moment, though.
There's a yellow trace on his back.
Yep.
I'll shoot him.
Please do.
Not right now. AC 7, I don't think it's a hit, right? Should be 5 or 4.
Oh,
You get a
+1.
Did you put the +1 from Bless in there too?
Oh, it'd be AC 6.
They're AC 5.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it's stuck on his armor.
Yep. All right. So he dodges death for now, but Curza's up. He may have something to say about this. We'll see.
Well, I'll just kind of lean the Bardiche against the wall and pop 2 magic missiles at him, and
Oh.
that should do him for 10.
Oh my God, that was way overkill. But all right. Tell
Bounces
us.
off the wall.
Nice.
They hit him
Why?
hard and bounce him off the wall.
All right, I love it. So you see this very large hyena / rat-looking humanoid just suddenly, take a couple of magical spheres to his back as he gets thrust into the wall and smacks it with his head and falls over lifeless. And so now you're looking at 2 corpses, 2 Knoll corpses. And you don't hear any more movement.
Ransack.
All right, so
Your description is incomplete, Jamie. There is 2 looted corpses on the floor.
All right, so you start searching them. This one's got an axe. This one, there's a short bow. There are 10 arrows with the short bow, and then you find a total of 4 gold and 20 silver. You also find a ring on in one of their coin pouches,
Mm.
and there is a piece of parchment as well in one of their satchels.
That's Curse's department.
What's the parchment say? Have any writing on it whatsoever, or map, or
Yeah.
knows
So you unfold the parchment, and what languages do you read? Elven,
let's see.
Common,
I've got
or do you have any other like?
Elvish, Orc, Halfling, and Ancient Dwarven.
I remember the ancient dwarven.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't look like a familiar language to you.
Okay. Well, we'll keep it anyway.
Okay.
Jamie, do you subscribe to the theory that when we roll a D100, if you roll a 1, it's always a success?
On a D100 roll, if you roll a 1, like, I guess if it's if you're trying to make a low roll, right? It depends on what
Yeah.
because there's I would say so. Yeah.
Read languages.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you want to do that, if you want to try that, absolutely. I am on that. Absolutely. In fact, you can make if you have any skills that are 0, make them a 1.
Hmm.
Oh, you're a negative
No.
5, but yeah, you're unable to identify it. That's a good call, though.
It will be a good excuse to put some points on the next level.
Yep. All right. So, so you guys have neutralized the threat for the moment here. If everybody's okay with pressing on for about 15 more minutes, I'm good to do that. Is everybody okay?
Sure.
Any other movement we can hear?
What was that,
Okay.
Chris?
Any other movement we hear?
If you would like to make a wisdom check, and Ronnie, if you make a detect noise check, I'll give you some insight.
What are you doing?
Because I was concerned about the movement that was down this way.
Mm-hmm.
I remember to pick up my bow.
Good call.
I feel badly.
Okay, so far, no one's able to isolate the noise and where it's coming from, but there is more distant noise that you hear further back in this general direction that sounds like it's echoing from further back in the cave, as if the cave may go much deeper.
Since
Nothing's getting closer though. Like, I just want to be clear. You don't feel like anything's getting closer, but you feel like there's other creatures moving about somewhere.
We stick
Okay,
with the plan.
Drag both bodies into the prisoner area over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll put them in there.
While they do that, I will scout a little bit here, if I can.
Okay, northwest. All right.
Yeah. That's the way they came, right?
Yes, they came from this area, and as you start to head up in this direction, you see that this hallway looks pretty well traveled as well. And when you look again across the walkway here that passes through, on the wall you actually see some symbols that look like they've been scratched into the wall with something, and it kind of catches your eye because up to this point there hasn't been much on the walls other than just dirt and rock. So if you want to get closer and take a look at it, you can do that. But you don't see or hear anything else. Right here is where the symbol's at.
Okay.
There. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm taking a closer look.
yeah. So when you get closer and take a look at the symbol that is carved on the wall, it's a square with a small triangle, yellow triangle in it. Does anybody have any heraldry or other non-weapon proficiencies for identifying symbols? There's several non-weapon proficiencies that could apply. If you have
Artistic
something.
ability or ancient history?
So ancient history, I'd say you could check ancient history. Maybe there's something within ancient history that would be related.
Okay, there you go.
Religion, if anyone has religion, you can try a religion check. I'm just trying to throw out anything that's sort of a knowledge check. But, all right.
Except for because we are a bunch of ignorants.
I've got, of all things, I have forgery, I guess. I don't know if that's any use, but...
No, probably not.
Don't you have religion, Bart?
I mean, I guess maybe the forgery would tell you if you think that the symbol was real or fake, even. I don't know, but that'd be about all I could come up with there.
We're all over here by
Yeah, I think Ronnie was
yeah.
kind of maybe alerting you guys to take a look at this wall and this symbol, and it's a square with a yellow triangle inside of it, a small yellow triangle inside of it. And I don't if you
Draw
guys
that into my notes.
Okay. All right.
So
I mean, it's crudely drawn, but it seems like something that must be special to the Knolls for them to have taken the time to do it, because they don't seem like the types of creatures that are drawing or painting for fun. So there's something to it that you think is meaningful to them, but none of you can make the connection necessarily as far as what it would be.
Maybe if we capture one of them.
Maybe it could be a sign for traps. So I will look for traps.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for traps.
Detective.
is it a button we can press?
No, the wall, it doesn't seem like it's a button or anything, and it doesn't seem like there's any trap.
Say there's no traps here. No traps whatsoever.
That's a relief.
Yeah.
I hate traps.
They're so inconvenient.
We are good to go. You may go ahead and scout the corridor. You are completely free of traps.
I will note Bart he's picked up the box again and is still holding it somewhat out from his body as we
Yeah.
gather around to look at the symbol on the wall.
He's like expecting the box to shake at any moment. He's not sure if it's him shaking or the box shaking.
Nobody just nails an idol in a box. It's just, I don't know.
And the spawn of Cthulhu will rise from the box.
Something like that.
All right. So, Mithra, you're going to lead now. You're going to go towards the front, I take it, and head in the northwest?
Yeah, he looked for traps, and I got my sword out and my shield up, and
okay.
I assured
and there's still light, right? So I can see.
Yep.
I don't need to light a torch or anything. Okay.
Yep. Go ahead and when you get to that kind of crossway here where you've got two directions, go ahead and do a wisdom check, everybody, and Ronnie do a detect noise check.
Well, now it's time to everyone choose to sex.
If it's
Wow, I got a 1. How novel.
I think
Alright.
my helm actually puts a minus on it. So if it's sight, it's -1. If it's hearing, it's -2. But in the fighter's
Oh,
handbook, it says I can
yeah.
use it says intelligence or wisdom, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Oh,
but
okay. Yeah, whichever one's more favorable for you then.
that one's more favorable for me. Yeah. So going
Okay.
by those rules, it was intelligence or wisdom, and -1 for sight and -2 for sound.
Okay.
But we can stick with this for now because that's what I rolled. Yeah, that's fine.
So I think again, there's more noise further in the cavern. You can tell it's coming from the northwest, and it didn't sound the same as what you heard before. It sounded like something solid moving, as if maybe a door or a large object sliding, something to that effect, further down in this direction, but nothing that you could like for sure say, oh, that was a door. It could have been a door, or it could have been just something solid kind of moving and hitting something solid as well. So you know you're still kind of dealing with things further back in there. And then you can decide at this point, when you look down in this direction, you do see some things scattered around in this open area. It looks like there's a like a side corridor here that almost is a low ceiling area, and so it doesn't look like it gets used much. And then this direction looks like it's got a lot of steps and travel in it. So I'll let you guys decide.
The area to the right, does it look like a dead end, or is it a corridor?
It looks like it might be almost like a little cave of its own with a small ceiling
Okay.
in it.
Did everybody hear that? And I point in the direction of the possible door or whatever.
Yeah.
Heavy.
I think I'll check it out.
That's a good idea.
You guys wait here. I will check. May I proceed, Jamie?
Yep, if you come to right in here. Oh, you're going in
Are you
there.
com-
I'm sorry.
You
The
okay.
noise,
Yeah.
Ronnie, the noise was up here. Are you investigating the noise, or are you investigating the low ceiling room? That was this room.
The low ceiling room. I like
Okay.
low ceiling room.
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah.
I feel bigger. I feel bigger.
It's like
Yeah.
home.
So it is. It's like very cozy in here. You cross into this room, and you could kind of tell that it may have been a room once that was similar to the other areas you'd been in, but it looks like some rubble and debris caved in and has caused it now to be very difficult to pass for someone much bigger than yourself. So, but for you, you're able to stand in here pretty easily and move around and dodge some of the debris, and it seems like almost a kind of quiet hiding place for you. You don't see any really signs that there are other footsteps that traveled in here, but as you look around in the debris, you notice something shiny covered underneath the stone on the ground. So
I like shiny things in low ceiling rooms. I will dig it up.
all right, so yeah, as you go over and you check it out a little closer and you dig around, you start to notice it looks like there's a vein of rocks that are orangish and amberish in color, and it looks as if that the cave-in that occurred exposed them and that they fell into some of the pile of debris. And so as you look through the pile, you are able to gather 8 of these amber stones from the debris, and they stand out to you. They look very they're not polished or anything like that, but they're bright and they have sharp edges, and they look as if that they're definitely something a little more rare than rubble. So
They are large.
they are
Coincide.
yeah, the size they're probably like the size of a marble, like a large marble
Okay.
in that kind of range. But when you have 8 of them and they're kind of stacked together, and you kind of put them in your hand, I mean, it's maybe the size of like a baseball when they're all together. And they sort of fit together in a weird way too. The rough edges almost seem like they want to fit together, or that they were all together at some point. But at this point, they're 8 different fragments.
Like a puzzle.
Yeah, I mean, you think that if you worked on it, you could figure out how it was originally put together. You feel like there's probably a way to figure it out if you had time. Yeah.
I put them inside my pocket.
Okay.
If there's nothing else of interest here, I will rejoin my fellow comrades and tell them that it's just a room full of rocks.
And I guess, like, if anything, like, it would have occurred to you that it would be a good hiding space. If you guys were looking to hole up and hide, you could tell them that too, that you feel like the gnolls would have a very difficult time getting in there. It's pretty
Let's call this
unnoticeable.
place the Alamo.
Yeah.
This place is our Alamo. If we need a retreat, we go to the Alamo.
Yeah. So your Alamo is found. Let's see. So you can go, I guess, further this direction, or what would you like to do?
I'll check.
All right. So yeah, this is where you're hearing the noise. And as you get a little bit closer to the open area, the noise that you had heard starts to maybe become a little bit more obvious when you look into the room and you see a gate that looks like it was lowered. And I'll draw it on the map. 1 second. Shit, where's the tool? There it is. All right. So I'll draw it here. It's that red line. So if you want to cross like over to here, you notice that there's like a barred gate that was dropped in that area, and you could see through the bars. There's like an 8-inch gap between the bars, and so you can see right through it. But it looks like this must have been the noise that you'd heard, because once you get here, it seems like it would have been the origin of the noise that you heard.
Okay.
And so
I see a little friend over there.
Yeah. So through the bars, you see a couple things. Further into that cavern, you see a fire. It looks like a small fire is burning in there, and you see some figures that you assume to be more gnolls. 2 of them you would see from your vantage point. I'm pinging them, and they're moving about down there. They're not looking up in your direction that you think, but it looks like they're moving about down there doing something, scurrying about behind the fire. It's kind of difficult to see from that distance exactly what they're up to, but there's 2 of them and a gate. So
I will do something very silly. I will drop here my caltrops.
Okay. All right. Let's put them on the. I'll put. Can I do that? Like something like that. I'll put like caltrops in there. Okay.
I will pick up 1 vial of oil in one hand and 1 quick fire on another hand. And I will make some very loud noise, like completely clap. Some very, like here. Yeah, I think here is good. and I will, before I make the noise, I will make a signal to them, like with my hands. I will indicate there's 2 enemies.
Okay.
Okay.
So yep.
And so I will make the noise, and I will scream something very dramatic, very like I'm a very bad actor. Oh my God! Some monsters! They will eat me! Something very serious.
All right. So the rest of you would now be alerted to all of this, and you can come up and into where Ronnie's standing. If you'd like to move your token up there, it should give you a little bit better vantage point.
I will signal to her not being here because of the caltrops.
Yeah.
I will say
Yeah.
to stay
I just
right here.
almost barely step on them.
Yeah. She's like
Yeah, yeah,
one
yeah.
step away, and he's like, "Oh
Right.
no."
Stay here. Stay here. Stay here.
All right. Yeah. So if your token is like between Ronnie and Amithra, you should be able to see through. Oops. Still my drawing tool going. There's a straight line coming pretty much through this direction where you can see the 2 figures down here, and it looks like there's like a
Dimitra,
makeshift
I
encampment
think
down.
you should. Dimitra, I think you should be here because I plan to set them on fire.
Who should be there?
But like back here.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's saying.
Okay.
Yep.
Out of my line of sight.
All right, so you clap and you make this loud sound. Right? You're trying to. I assume you're trying to get the attention of the gnolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they
All right.
could come very eager for me.
All right. So yeah. So you clap and it looks like they don't. They look up at you, but they don't seem to react. They look like they're preoccupied. They go back to doing something. They look like they're moving around something in that area.
Okay.
But they notice you, or they notice the sound, I should say. They don't notice you necessarily, but they hear
Okay.
the clap.
I call out to him,
Let's
"Hey, you ugly dung faces!"
let's shoot them. Someone else must drag them.
Okay, all right. So we can go through. Let me put you guys back in the turns here real quick, and I'll pull that guy. All right. So go ahead, do a group initiative for
Who wants to
this.
do that?
Already did.
There we go. All right.
Oh.
So starting from 7. I think you
My
guys had
sword is
7 last
3.
time.
My short sword, my drusus is 3.
Okay. Huh. For some reason I can't edit your token. I'm gonna kill the turn order and re-add it. Here we go. There we go. All right. Everybody got your stuff set?
Yep.
Okay. Ronnie, you get. Let's see. All right. So that means that Amithra is first with her drusus.
Yeah. Well, I can't hit them because they're not here, right? So.
Right. Right. So you're standing ready though. So if
Holding, yeah, standing
yep.
ready. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Okay. Then Bart. Anything you want to do? How long does your bless last? By the way, how long is that?
It was like 6 rounds, I think. So that probably
That should be over by now.
quite a while ago. But yeah, Bart carefully sets the box down next to Kurza, and then steps back against the wall and draws his mace out.
Okay. All right.
And waits.
All right, and that means it's Ronnie. Yep.
And I will shoot the son of.
This ignorant knoll that won't give you the time of day.
Yeah, that.
Oh no, that would be a 1.
It's incredible. I mean, wait. Make an ambush. The dice won't help me.
They won't let you do it.
You might have
Where is
some
Yeah.
fortune there if you want to use it for this, perhaps. But
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I should. I think.
Yeah, really.
I
Um,
really didn't remember.
it's up to you if you want to. Or you can take the
I will.
fumble. Okay.
No. I will. Bart was right on the money. If I remember, be on 5 right now.
What is this? I can see the edge of something.
The bell
Oh, that
curve
worked.
hits again.
Ooh, dang.
There you go.
Right. So you're aiming at this one here with that shot. Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll your damage. Good shot.
This one here. This one.
Oh, this one. Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
I'm seeing. I will. Flight arrow.
Okay. Good hit. All right. Yeah. So you thread the needle, shoot the arrow right through the bars, over the fire, all the way past the closest knolls, and into the furthest knoll, just because you can, and you nail him with this flight arrow, and he kind of throws, backward a little bit as this thing hits him, and he hollers out, shrieks, as this thing hits him and turns in your direction. And I think you got their attention a little bit more with that shot than the clapping did. So he kind of turns in your direction and looks like he's a little bit angered by it. So good shot. But before he gets to do anything, Kurza gets to go. Anything you want to do, Kurza?
I don't really have any line of sight anywhere. What is this over here? I can see the edge of something.
Make a wisdom check or intelligence, whichever one's better for you.
Oh, I'll take the intelligence check.
I thought
then.
it might be. Yeah, it looks like another knoll might be moving around in that area that you're seeing from that odd angle.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like you have a.
let's take a pot shot at him.
Yeah, it's funny. You're the only one that's like in this just sight line where you could see just a little bit of them. Go for it. Yeah, take a shot.
No.
Miss. All right, so that then ends the turn and brings us back to the top of the order. So, Amithra.
Take a second shot then.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. No.
Better, but not quite good enough.
Not quite. Amithra, I know you were waiting, you were standing ready, and no one came, but it would be a new turn now if you wanted to act or do anything different this turn.
Sorry, I was muted. I can see the corner of that token, and I think I just saw.
Yeah, it's right
Curse of
here.
fire over there. Yeah, so
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go chase that thing down.
Well, there's a gate. So there's a gate.
that's on the other side of the gate. Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, then.
You can see that one? Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, I can. I can see like just a sliver of it.
Oh, I
And
see.
I kind of thought, I thought maybe it was like through a wall. So
There's a wall. Yeah, there's a wall there. I got a.
Oh yeah, okay. But then I can't
got
see
a little
it.
issue with my.
So the one that that was shot, is it kind of running forward or is it running towards us?
Yeah, it looks like it's turned and it's heading in this direction, but it's it hasn't gone yet. It's just got hit and it turned in that direction, but it hasn't acted yet.
Then I guess I'll just do the same thing I did last and ready an attack, and I'll like bang my my sword on my shield and say, "Come here, come on, fight me."
Okay. Yeah, like just try to entice him. Did it fix
Yeah.
the wall? Did the wall get fixed?
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
that went away.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So you're go ahead and do a charisma check. Let's see how well you're taunting them. See if it.
What is it? Obviously I'm not proficient, so
Yeah,
is
just
it, is
if
it
you
a negative? Or?
yeah do a 3 negative to it. Just
Okay.
we'll see if it gets any different reaction from them. Maybe you know like a swear word in null or something. No.
Failed.
Okay. All right. So, nevertheless, it is back to Bart.
Bart will, as there's nothing within range here, just kind of reach out towards Ronnie and say, "You may require this, friend. This seems to be an interesting maneuver on your part, but..." And if the roll ever comes through, there it is. Oh, Jesus. I keep messing this up. Roll spell effects doesn't... I thought that would roll a d8, but...
Oh, I see.
So, yeah, I'll send Ronnie a cure light to hopefully help with that nasty slash he got from the longsword earlier.
Mm-hmm. Nice. There you go, Ronnie.
There you go.
Okay.
And then I'll step back against the wall with my mace.
All right. Ronnie's actually up. So you got a little healing, and so you're back to your turn. Can't hear you if you're talking. Oh, he attacked, and he missed. Okay. You're muted, Ronnie or Rodolfo. But we see that you swung or you shot and missed. So,
Sorry, I muted. I turned on the
no problem. No problem.
I shot
Yep.
another arrow. I missed it. He's coming to us, right?
It seems like he is. It's his turn next, and he is going to be turning. The one that was struck turns around and he's heading in this direction. He makes it all the way past the fire and walks towards this wall right here. And you look over and you see him reach up to the wall, and he grabs what looks like some type of rod or something that's sticking out of the wall, and he pulls down on it. And as he pulls down on it, you guys hear another sound that sounds like something solid moving again. And it sounds like, if you guys can make a wisdom check, I'll tell you what you're able to discern.
Yeah.
Can I do intelligence or wisdom or intelligence?
Oh yeah, you can do intelligence if you have. Did you have a skill that makes it so that you can use that?
It just said that in the fighter's handbook. It said, like, when it was talking about the vision effects and the sound effects of the.
Yeah, so if it's sound effects, yeah, I would say for yours, since it's in the fighter's handbook.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So for
Everybody got it.
yeah, so it becomes you actually can hear distinctly two different things moving when you guys sort of stop and pay attention to the sound. It sounds like there's something that's moving back in the direction that you came from, further back in that area, and then something else you're hearing to the northeast. So both sounds are back in the eastern direction, one to the northeast of you and one to the southeast of you. And it's
I say
Okay.
we've got incoming from the other directions.
Yeah.
We don't want to be pinned.
Where's the
Remember the Alamo.
others coming from?
well, it's back to you, Kurza. So the two noises were, one came from the northeast this way, and then the other noise came from the southeast.
They are releasing the Kraken.
And it sounded like something, solid moving again, similar.
I don't have a line of sight at this point.
Just
Now
keep your
this
eyes
is that's the little room.
That's the Alamo.
Okay. So we've got this hallway and that hallway.
Yeah.
We retreat into the room maybe, and
Let's see what this son of a gun will do.
Yeah, because I have no line of sight to anything at this point.
Okay.
So now, is this a hallway as well?
That's the Alamo area that has the low ceiling.
Oh, okay.
It looks like it caved in.
So this is
Yeah.
okay. This is the only other way out. So
Uh,
I do
Jamie,
have a line
when
of sight on that.
when
I'll
I can
hold my
release
action for a target.
Okay. Go ahead, Ronnie or Rodolfo. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Bugger.
All right. So I think that's.
He's coming here now, or I have to retrieve my caltrops and go in there myself.
Yeah, you're in a spot now. So yeah, you guys basically, I'll give you guys. We'll do one last set of turns here. We got a few minutes, and what you kind of see happen is, as this Noel pulls this lever on the wall, he looks up in your direction as you take that shot at him and miss him as well. And I don't know what a Noel laugh might sound like, but I think it might sound like a hyena. And I feel like at that point that he starts sort of cackling like a hyena.
oh no!
And you hear a couple more cackles come from this direction as he does that. So you guys see him kind of turn and start to walk in this other direction, and he gets out of the flight path of your arrow. And then it comes back to your turn. So you should probably still see one. Some of you can probably still see far enough to see that there's still more down here. Maybe, I don't know what all you can or can't see from that distance, but
From here I can see here.
let's see. Oh yeah, yep, that one. There's that one you could see. So anyone who's in that same line as Ronnie could probably see that last one that's still somewhat visible.
Yeah, I can see him.
Okay.
It's a trap.
It's on you, Amithra, so you can decide what to do.
Yeah. Do I have time to like sheath my sword and use my bow, or?
Don't you have like a quick thing, like a quick draw or something like that, or I forget what it's called.
I don't think so.
I mean, I think if you just sort of, the way we usually play it is like if you drop your weapon, then you could pull the other one out and use it. If you try to sheath it,
I'm not dropping my juices. But
Yeah.
I have been waiting here for a while, I will say so.
that's true. That's true.
Hand it to Kurza. Hand it to Kurza and
Oh yeah,
draw your
that's
bow.
a great idea.
That's there you go.
Be
That's
careful
good.
with those. And you see, it's got a really, really sharp edge. Yeah, and then I'll take a shot with my bow.
Oh, I haven't played with one of these yet.
And is that short range then, or is that
Let's see.
is that middle range for me?
I want to say 30. It should be short range for you.
Still short range. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm actually going to need to go pretty soon, so yeah.
Yeah, we're about to wrap it right now. So, oh,
Yeah, we're
like
running
this.
long.
unfortunately, it's a miss. Yeah, we ran
Yep.
over. You want to use Astonishing Fortune or anything like that for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that only like
Go
per
ahead.
game? Is that per game, right?
Right. Yeah.
Next
So
session.
next session you'll get a brand new pool. I think you still have
Awesome.
several. So.
Yeah. So I can roll again. Is that how that works?
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
All right. Ah!
No,
meant to be.
didn't work.
Oh dear.
All right, and this will be everyone's last turn. So Bart, you get to go.
Bart just shakes his head a bit and gives himself 8 hit points back. 'Cause he's still got some festering injuries from the knolls on the road that we encountered a couple miles back.
Yeah, you
Good call.
guys, and you've spent a lot of spells. So everybody's really, been a little depleted.
He kind of takes a deep breath and tends to those wounds and grips his mace again.
All right. That brings up Ronnie.
The Kraken is coming. Darn it. Well, I think Imitra has her second arrow, and so do I.
Okay.
Oh yeah, second shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead and take your shot, Ronnie. AC 5.
Ronnie, are you taking the shot? Is that what you said?
He's gonna take his, and then I have to add one for you to take another one.
Oh, cool. Okay.
AC 5.
I'll do it here. Yes, that's a hit. That's a hit. All right.
On the top.
How badly do you want this gate moved?
6 again.
Let me ask you that.
6 again. Okay.
6.
All right. Yeah.
Son of a
So.
gun.
All right. You nail him with this arrow again. Through the bars, over the fire. Pretty solid shot. And he feels that one. It shrieks out. I think the cackling stops from that end of the cavern once you make that one hit.
Good. That cackling was driving me nuts.
Kurza, your last turn. What would you like to do?
Like I said, how badly do you want that the set of bars opened up? You want a way around it? Let me put it to you that way. We can arrange that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I have a nice little wand in my hand this time.
Oh, yeah.
And oh yeah, we're gonna have fun this time. Remember what happened at the church?
Oh my god.
Let's try it again.
Okay.
And
All right.
let's see if I can get any. Oh, isn't that special? A little bit better line of sight this time.
So before you collapse the ceiling.
Hole in the wall.
No, I'm not collapsing the ceiling.
Oh, okay. Well,
I know what
Not
he's
quite
doing.
the.
I have an idea. Yeah, I watched it.
So I'm thinking a transmute mud to rock, but we're gonna rock to mud, but we're gonna do it on the floor beneath the here
the gate.
and perhaps out here.
What was the area of effect again that you're gonna go for?
Gotta look that up because that's in a separate book.
Yeah, I want
Because the one is in Dungeon Master's Guide, and the transmute is in the Player's Handbook. They didn't actually give me a... There we go.
Oh, is it a rod? Is that what it is?
There we go. Transmute Rectamod. It's a wand. Come on. There it is. 5th level spell. Oh, come on. Where the hell is it?
While you're looking that up, let's go ahead and have Ronnie and Amithra take their second attacks as well, and see if you're able to hit the.
172.
Because if he's casting on the floor, it's not going to affect your ability to shoot.
So is that what's the order of that?
That means
Wow!
yeah. Well, you can go. You can take your shot.
Oh,
yeah.
20, nat 20.
He got a nat 20, so.
Oh hell yeah! I guess I'm shooting the same one if I hit. Let's see.
Levels. Yeah.
No, I've used up all my good rolls early.
You did. Serious leg wound. Okay, so this is double damage. It has 8 hit points left, Ronnie. If you want to just be aware of that, maybe you could finish him.
Like that.
Ooh, okay, all right. So again, Ronnie, tell us the shot. Tell us about the shot.
I think my shot severs his leg at the knee, and he drops on his head, cackling.
Yeah, twitching and still almost cackling and shrieking, all mixed together in this horrible sound. But it soon goes away as does his life force. Back to Kurza, you are thinking of the area of effect for this.
Looking at the wand and the spell, since the minimum level to cast it is 10th, that gives me 10 20-foot cubes. So I can put one somewhere around here, 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 here.
So
here.
So here's what we'll do. Because this is going to be our stopping point.
Oh wow.
And so what I'll do is I'm going to keep you guys in suspense here, trapped in the Knoll Cavern for the time being until next session. And I'll leave this map up, Chris, if you want to draw on the map where your area of effect will be focused. And when we start next session, we'll go, based on, what you're thinking.
Basically, what I'm trying to do is get beneath the gate so that it just kind of drops into the mud and it's not a problem. And I see a knoll here and a knoll here.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like a pillar.
Mm-hmm.
So if I kind of radiate it out in a cone between this guy and this side,
this guy's dead.
You're gonna cause a lot of different things to chain react from that. So I think
yes,
I love it. I think I love it, and this gives me some time to plan that out and
think about that.
Yeah,
Going out with a bang there.
Yeah,
I like it.
but it was a good finish. It was, and you guys are still in a precarious spot, but at the same time, you've got a lot of tricks up your sleeve. So, thanks guys for the great session. Thanks for staying up a little bit late on this Friday with me to do some role playing. I had a lot of fun on my end. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well.
Me too. Thank you all. I gotta run now.
Nice to meet you,
Okay.
Molly. Thank you so much. Take care,
Awesome.
everybody.
Thank
We'll
Run,
see you
Molly,
next time.
Run, Molly.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Good night.
The other
Bye-bye, James.
possi-
Nice. Very nice.
the other
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all. Appreciate it.
See you, Rodolfo.